diddly poo offensively. I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed. We sucked.
We talking about practice.
If you call me Chris Everett to my face one more time.
Chris?
What's my opinion of Kilmer's performance? What the you think is my opinion of it?
This is the Dan Dakich Show on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Man, oh man, we have a monster. We do. We got a monster for you today. Todd Frazier, who's won the 2015 Home Run Derby. Greg Cosell. Eddie Gill, Mike Chappell. We got Biggins coming up. And oh, what a day we had yesterday. Look, I can't control what people write, what they say about me, who says what on Twitter, and all those kind of things. I can just control what it is that I can control. People can make up things. People can assume things. People can say things. Good for them. But I got to tell you, yesterday was about love. Yesterday was 1,000% about love. Love. I mean love. I mean the kind of love that, listen to this, 144 golfers showed up to play golf at $200 a pop. There were no free entries, I don't think. Maybe, I don't know, sponsorship stuff. But basically, 144 golfers, $200 a pop, showed up at the 12th annual Tom Dakich Memorial Golf Outing. How about that? How about that with this economy, with this president, with this stock market? How about that? It's unbelievable. And yesterday, obviously, a lot of stuff written about me. But this, look, I can't help what somebody might say about me. I can't help somebody comes out of the woodwork and says I said something about them when I know exactly that. I can't help any of that. All I can possibly do is have a appreciation for the people that are good, for the people that are really, really good. And if I did something 2.5, 3 years that offended, again, I'm sorry. I've said it forever. If you're mad at me, hey, I don't know. And I probably do 2 or 3 bad things a year. But yesterday was about this. Yesterday was about love. I mean the kind of love that is like this. The kind of love where people came out, they laughed, we told jokes. My friend Kevin Paschke and his friend Larry Painter from Coachman got to the grill on the 17th hole at 9 o'clock in the morning and didn't leave until the last golfer had hit around, I don't know what time it was, 4, 5. Cooking burgers, just being absolutely freaking men. That's it, just men. I mean, just came out and it was all about love, man. It was. It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. The love yesterday. Reggie Jones, my friend. I get accused of a lot of stuff. I do. I get accused of a ton of stuff. I'm a bad guy, they say, and that's fine. People come out of the woodwork. You did this. You did that. I don't know, man. I just show up to work. My man Reggie Jones sent me a text. He said, hey, I got to wear pink. Got to wear pink. I'm like, what are you talking about? Got to wear pink? But I can't wear pink if it's raining. I show up at the golf course, he's wearing pink. And Reggie and his team, this was awesome. My 86-year-old mother was there. My 86-year-old mother was there, and guess what? Her 89-year-old friend, Ted, was there. They came in, and we made a video, man, just to make everybody happy, right? They came in, they made a video. You know what I'm saying. And guess what? Guess what? Reggie Jones, my buddy, comes in, makes an off-color joke to me, crushes Knezovich, and goes straight to my mother to give her a hug and say hello. That was awesome. That was love. Reggie Jones then introduced me to his friend. Now, this is the world that I live in. This is real people. You know what a Balurbian is, Jimmy? Now, you got to understand, Reggie Jones is African-American. A black Serbian. And then he called his other buddy, this big old dude, JD3. And then they had a white guy with him. You know what they called him?
No idea.
The Token. But he went over and he didn't know that I even paid attention to this. After telling me to go kiss my you-know-what, after telling me all this kind of stuff, Reggie Jones went over to my 86-year-old mother and gave her a big hug, introduced himself. There was love yesterday. $5,000 yesterday. $5,000 raised for our bikes program. Now, don't accost me on the street because it's in checks. You're not going to get anything. But $5,000 was raised yesterday. $5,000 was raised to go to our bikes program. Now, actually it was 6. I'm sorry. I'm no math major. But whatever 250 is, that's love, man. That's love yesterday. Bruce Clark came in from New York City, man. Bruce Clark came in from New York City, and you know what he did? Bruce Clark came in and had a weekend with his buddies, and in that weekend, he included us. And he brought socks. Said, I was unable to stay for dinner, spoke to Lee about it, my wife and stepson's sock company, left some socks for you to try out. I told her that Today Show did a feature on them she might find interesting. She gave her my cell to send a link to, but I may have blown it. If I did, below is the link. And it's a link from the Today Show. They honor their father and brother for when they died in 9/11. That's what Bruce Clark did from New York City. That's what he did. Man, how about that? You know what I mean? I mean, that's incredible. It really is. It's incredible. And the truth of the matter is, it was unreal. Yes, and my friends from high school, Brian Pillar, Greg Bozak, Billy Mueller, Bill Parks, driving 4 hours. My cousin, Mark Droback, coming in. Dave Pishker, my high school coach. You know what he did? You know what Dave Pishker did? Dave Pishker went out, had a bad back. And you know what he did? He didn't play, but he came anyway. It was awesome. No, it was awesome. I can't help what people write about me. Now, somebody wants to come out of the woodwork and say I called him something. Good, fine. I can't help all that. I know what I do, and I know when I do wrong, I apologize, man. Last week, I won an entry for 2 to the Tom Dakich Memorial Golf Outing, which I and my friend Major Dave Westpoint. Oh, yeah, they were great. Such an honor, great way to honor your father. I'm a terrible golfer, but I had a great time playing with your cousin, Mark, and friend Doug. Their bad play really put me at ease. Also, Bloody Marys on the 10th, Moondrop Shake-Up on the 17th, provided some swing roll. I want to thank you and the staff for a great afternoon. Yeah, man. Trisha Wicks, who is our promotions gal, she was unbelievable. And she's cleaning up. I could barely move. And, my wife and I, we gave her a little bit to take her out to dinner, But it was love yesterday, man. Real people, not guys all of a sudden out of the woodwork saying things, not people saying nothing. Just, you know what? Love, man. And I got gratitude. Bob Stansberry walks up to me, and I got it right here. Bob Stansberry walks up to me and hands me a $3,271 check, and he says, I got to round it up to $4,000. And then I got another $500 from another guy. It's unbelievable. That's what real world is. It's not, well, you said this or you said that or you did this and you did that or, no. I said, Bob, why are you doing this? He goes, look, I know you got a great heart. Let's go. My wife, I'm on the 18th hole. I'm on the 17th hole all day. My wife is just entertaining people, right? Entertaining people left and right. I'm like, Lee, you got to get up here. She gets up there, hits a 7-iron, boom. How about that? You know what I mean? Incredible stuff yesterday. Incredible. That's real, folks. Real folks aren't sitting there going, well, you did this or you did that or you did no. Real folks, man, we know the only perfect person died on a cross. You know what I mean? And there'll be more attacks on me. There's more. That's coming. That's fine. I don't know who likes me or dislikes me at Emma's, but I'll think Jimmy would vouch for this. I come in, I do my job, and I basically leave. Do I not?
Yes, you do.
I mean, board ops don't like me. That's fine, but I come in, I come out, and away we go. That's it. That's it. And if somebody wants to come out and say, hey, you did this, that to me back in, all I got to say is, if you can prove it, I'll say I did. I got no problem. I mean, that's it. But it was love yesterday. I mean, and it's appreciation today. You know what I mean? It really was. It was about love. It was about, man, oh man, people just deciding to do good things. I mean, really good things. $200. We already, it was an early tally, but there was over $10,000 or $11,000 already raised for My Franciscan by a bunch of people in an economy where the economy just stinks. It's unbelievable. My friend Larry Painter, the coachman, it beat cancer. He beat cancer. So what does he do? He understands love and money to charity. He comes out and he cooks all morning. The winners, Cameron Cefali, my boy Austin Bowman's, Justin Burke, Graham Summers from Crooked Stick, who, by the way, hits the ball farther than any human being alive. I mean, any human being alive. You know what I'm saying? Anyone. Any human being alive. And it was awesome. It was awesome. Bikes bought. People just doing great. And I didn't even ask. One guy did bring the star, and they went back, and you know what they did on it, right? You know what I'm saying? So get mad, glad, keep the slant. There's more to come against me. But we're just going to keep going and doing good things, man. And if we screw up, we apologize. And like I said, you can say that I did this or did that, and I will pay. You just got to prove it. Because anybody can say anything on Twitter. Anybody can say anything about their feelings. Anybody can do anything they want. I have no problem. None. Zero zip. Paying off when I am wrong. But, man, my gratitude. I started crying this morning on the morning show. I did. I started crying. And the reason I started crying was because, well, frankly, so much love yesterday. So much. Yeah, I made a joke at the fan cave outing. Made a bunch of them. Nothing racist, nothing sexist. Not a great joke, not my best. But you know what? There were some really good ones, man. Some really, really good ones yesterday, killing me. You know what I'm saying? Crushing me. So anyway, at the end of the day, thank you. This is when I start crying, when I say thank you. Like somebody said to me, man, going through all this has got to be hard, right? And I'm like, no, not really. What's hard is my wife's best friend growing up, Jamie. She's at our house. Her mother, Sharon, has dementia. Now, I don't know what you all know or don't know or what you all or haven't dealt with. But the truth of the matter is, when you deal with dementia, it's kind of like Groundhog Day. You start over. So she's been at our house. We've played euchre. Last night after the outing, I entertained her by jumping off the side of the pool, into the pool, acting like a clown. And then this morning, I'm not sure she knew who I was. That's hard. That's hard. Somebody saying to me, hey, look, you're a bad guy because 2.5 years ago you did this, or 3.5 years ago you did this. That's fine. And nothing's ever going to change in terms of how they think of me or how I think of myself. because I know what I did and I know what I didn't do, and anybody can say whatever they want in this world. And as we know, it'll get picked up here, and away it'll go, and it'll sell some newspapers. And that's cool. And it'll try to embarrass me, but it doesn't embarrass me when you people know who you really are. And I'm damn proud of who the hell I am. And I'm damn proud, and I think my mom is too. And I think we'll all get spun. That's fine. But yesterday, love. Today, intense gratitude. And I'm not going to stop talking about it. Daniel's Winery, right? Daniel's Winery. Man, what'd they do? Well, I met them one time. They just donated. You know what I mean? They did. They just donated. I mean, they just donated a great thing. And the truth of the matter is, when you do stuff like that, I like it. So people can hate on me all they want. They got a tape. They got this. That's fine. That's great. But today, gratitude, man. Let's hang with people that love us. Let's start hanging with people that absolutely, positively are good. I may not be good in your eyes. No, I may not be. But I got to tell you, man, for one day, 144 people brought joy to my heart, my family's heart, my dad's heart. 144 real people. 144 people that don't mind telling a dirty joke, that don't mind laughing or having too much whiskey, that don't mind, cutting up. You know what I mean? It's pretty awesome. That's the people I say that I want to get with. Those are the people that I hang with. Not somebody that says, hey, you did this. You did that. You did this. You did that. Hey, I'm this kid. I did that. Okay, fine. Dan, you bully too much. Alpha comes out of you. Wear some of us out, and you're tougher than us. I'm not tougher. I'm not tougher. I'm not. But yesterday, y'all made me cry, man. Dave Pishker coming to the golf outing. I asked Dave, I said, hey, man, whatever happened to you nominating me for the Hall of Fame? Whatever happened to that? He goes, Dan, I told Jerry Pearson, who's running it, let me know the dates. I'll be there. I got accused of nobody will run and nominate me. I'll take Dave Pishker, who showed up yesterday with a bad back, couldn't play, 8 state championships, the winningest coach in the state of Indiana. And you know what? He just showed up to hang out. How about that? That amazing? That's truly amazing. Brought his son Mark. I remember when Mark was born. My man Reggie Jones, I pulled up, and who do I see wearing pink? Reggie Jones. Walks right by me. And you know what? Next thing you know, boom. Next thing you know, gives my mother, 86 years old, a hug. You know what I mean? 86 years old, a hug. Now I'm going to be accused of more stuff. Of course. That's what happens when these things happen. And I just say, give me proof. I want to hear a tape because I know what I did. I know what I don't do. Give me proof and I'll admit, I'll pay off. I'll do anything anybody wants me to do. Always have, always will never stop. I am not the greatest guy in the world, but I am a man of my word. If I have screwed something up, I absolutely will make amends. Just show me what I did. Don't just put something out there and say, well, you did this. Okay. And, of course, in the media, everybody's going to know. I know a single player's name at Scottsburg, so how could I possibly have said anybody's name? Not one player. No idea. Anyway, Dan, I was at the fan cave. You're nothing but cordial. I talked with you and Lee and your family, had a great time. Yeah, look, I told a joke, man. I think people, whatever. I did. Wasn't sexist, wasn't racist, and the preacher laughed, and away we went. So there you go. Hey, Dan, my dad and I are listening on our way to day 2 of the Desmond Bain camp in Richmond. It was a lot of fun working with him on day 1. It's fun having a conversation with him from Eli Buzzer, John's son. How about that? Yeah, hey, Dan, my 18-year-old son, Chandler, had a serious freak accident at work last Friday. He installs pools and was stalling a drain like a regular day. Wall of dirt collapsed. Wow, whoa. He was lifelined to Methodist Friday afternoon, broke his pelvis in 4 places, broke his feet, had surgery yesterday, 3 screws to fix his pelvis. Left foot didn't require surgery, right one did. 3 plates, 12 screws to fix his foot. I want to be clear, I'm not looking for money. His favorite fruit is a grilled chicken quesadilla with a side of rice and queso. I need to know the best quesadilla I can get him that is close to Methodist Hospital. And since it's Biggins, there will be plenty of people listening that know where I can get one. Is there anybody, can somebody call in right now at 317-239-1070 that can go get some quesadillas and send them over to Chandler Johnson for me? I'll pay for them. I don't know where Methodist is, man. I don't know. Maybe this stuff makes me sad. But does anybody can do that? Anybody know where Methodist is? Jimmy, we know where Methodist is.
I can't place exactly where
Is
it's
it
at.
downtown? Man.
I always get them crossed.
Yeah.
The only one I know for certain is St. Francis, and that's on the south side.
Yeah. Anyway, if anybody could call in at 317-239-1070 is the number. Dan at 1070thefan.com is the email address. It's on Central Avenue. So, anyway, there you go. There you go. We got a caller or two, Jimmy. So, anyway. Dan, keep doing you'll always back his she's. I'm up to so many texts and yada, yada, yada. He won't read the story, don't care. Just told everyone who asked, you're a good guy. It's on Central, I believe. Thank you for that. Dan, I'm working on confirming the headliner for our concert. I want to make sure we have the date. Is February 4th as the date? Is that what you and Lee have? Sure. That's Concert for the Cause. They're going to give money to our bikes program. So if anybody knows and can get a couple quesadillas over there, that'd be great. That'd be absolutely great. So, you know. Anyway, guilty as charged. What you got, Jimmy? Methodist in Indy. Acapulco Joe's is the place. Let's send the guy some burritos, man. Chandler Johnson, 18-year-old guy at, what's it called? At Methodist Hospital. I can't read that, Jimmy. What do you got? What do you got, John?
Hey, Dan, Methodist is at 16th and Capitol. But more importantly, I just wanted to thank you again for yesterday was so much fun. I really enjoyed being out there. I am so glad that I could help out with the hole-in-one. Next year, I'm going to add to that, and I'm going to have where people will pay like $5. We're going to do a closest to the pin contest on the same hole. The closest to the pin will win half the money, and then the other half will go to the charity that you choose.
Fantastic, man. Thank you.
So you can put me down. And Reggie Jones is a wonderful person. His mother was my client, and when he came to my hole yesterday, he went and thanked me for how well I handled. We took care of his claim. So thank you, Reggie, again. And his token partner told an all-color joke that I won't repeat. Was he the one who told your mother the joke?
Yes. The token did. Yes. Look, regular people, awesome. Man. Regular people doing regular things. Arnold, what do you got?
Right, Methodist is at 16th and Capitol.
Yeah.
And call a company called Cluster Truck. They're downtown, and they'll deliver. They've got really good food.
Is that right? They got quesadillas?
Yep, they got everything.
Awesome.
All right.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, can somebody get that done for me? I'm busy here. Cluster Trucks, we'll try to figure it out. Dan, you're so right. Anybody can say anything on Twitter. Yeah, anybody can say, hey, this is me. I say my audio's up, whatever you want. If I did, I'll pay. Okay. I didn't because I didn't know a single player on any team in Scottsburg or anywhere else. So it would be impossible you say anybody's name. Anyway, we got what we got, Jimmy. We got anything?
Somebody said he'd take care. Was going to send you an email.
Oh, nice. All right, let's get that done. Daniel, you know, man. You know. Todd Frazier won the home run derby in 2015. He did that. And let's see. Greg Cosell, 1 o'clock. Eddie Gill, I met Eddie yesterday at the golf outing. We got talking about some stories. He played at Utah State for a friend of mine, for a friend of mine, Johnny Stroy. And Mike Chappell's going to join us at 2. Biggins, of course, at 2:30. All right, we'll be right back. It's the Dan Dakich Show on a gratitude to all you great people that came out. 144 of you paying $200 a piece. Holy cow, thank you for that. We'll be right back.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Pine Grove Medical Clinic. Is erectile dysfunction damaging your relationship? Are you sick of the pill and all the side effects? Well, welcome to the future. We have a major medical breakthrough. Pine Grove Medical Clinic uses the most advanced form of wave therapy. Backed by 60 clinical studies, our technology uses pressure waves to repair and open up blood vessels. We've helped countless men get rid of their ED. But what is the true end result? Their relationship, even their lives, improve drastically. If you're ready to regain your love life, call us right now, and not only will the assessment and ultrasound be free, we'll also give you a gift that produces immediate results in the bedroom. It almost never fails. This is worth $550, and it's free to callers right now. 317-552-1111. That's 317-552-1111. Put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and experience what I call the happiness ripple effect. Call Pine Grove Medical Clinic now. 317-552-1111.
Here's what's happening with the Fan.
Listen to Kevin and Query weekdays from 7 to 10 and call into the pop quiz for your chance to win a signature service Jiffy Lube oil change and a pair of tickets to see the Zac Brown Band Thursday, July 28th at Ruoff Music Center. And listen to The Ride with JMV all this week from 3 to 6 p.m. for a chance to win 2 tickets to see One Republic plus Need to Breathe at Ruoff Music Center on Saturday, July 30th.
For more info, click on 1075thefan.com.
Rob Zombie, Mudvayne, Freaks on Parade Tour. Zombie, Mudvayne, together. This trip is for real. This Thursday night, Ruoff Music Center with Static X and Powerman 5000. Get tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Zombie, Mudvayne, part of the Coors Light concert series.
O'Reilly. This is Sarah's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
Driving cross country with 2 young children is ambitious, to say the least. Then our check engine light came on. We pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts and they tested it. Turned out it was a faulty sensor. They referred us to a great mechanic just down the street and we were back on the road in no time.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
The crew at LD Smith Plumbing has deep roots in Indiana. Unfortunately, most of the trees around here have deep roots too. And if it isn't roots in your pipes, it's a water heater ruined by sediment. No matter the plumbing problem, we'll show water who's boss. So if you need a new water heater, call us today and save up to $300 on a tankless water heater or $150 on a storage water heater.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Tune in to The Ride with JMV this week for your chance to win tickets to see One Republic and Need to Breathe at Ruoff Music Center on Saturday, July 30th.
It's time for camp. No, not that camp. We're talking Colts training camp.
Kevin Bowen here at Grand Park. Colts back to work.
So now we can ask the big question.
Consistently much better this year.
The wide receiver core is a concern.
They would have liked to have seen some sort of veteran move there.
The Colts have just disregarded. The NFL season countdown starts next Tuesday. It's Colts camp.
42 ISO X Flash. I want
on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. It's the Dan Dakich Show, 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Oh, baby, 2015 Home Run Derby. The great Todd Frazier won the Home Run Derby. Todd joins us now, the Toddfather. Let me ask you a question, Big Doggy. How hard is that? How physically taxing is the Home Run Derby?
It's draining, bro. It's absolutely draining. You could see it on the guys' faces. I mean, I don't know how Albert Pujols did it yesterday, brother. I didn't think he had a chance, and he dominated that first round or whatever it was. And then you saw Big Pete Alonso. He got tired, lifted weights. So I don't know what he was thinking doing that, but
right.
I gotta have a talk with him.
We just talked about that. He was doing the weight training. What are we doing?
Honestly, I don't know. Maybe he felt like he needed to get a little more stronger. I have no clue, brother. But he gave it his best shot. But, the young guy came through, and then Soto finished at the end. So it was fun to watch, though, either way.
I don't know about you, but I think that Soto is kind of a big moment guy. The dude turned down $440 million. How about that?
Oh, my son's living in the background here. I got my kids in the car, man. It was phenomenal. I don't understand what the thinking is there. I mean, listen, I guess he wants to be on a contender. I don't know, but that's an easy yes for me.
Yeah, me too. Did Schwarber throw off?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I didn't see, honestly, I'll be honest, I didn't see him hit, but to only hit, 13 home runs in the first round, that was weird because I've seen him in other home run derbies get 20, 25 each round. So, no, maybe it was just a fluke. I don't know.
I mean, I'm looking at him, I'm like, wait a second here, right? You know what I mean? Hold on. All of a sudden, he started hitting them when he kind of wanted to make it close. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, your guess is as good as mine, big dog. But I like I said, I didn't see it personally, but if I did, I would have a clearer answer for you.
Who was it that pitched to you in 15? Your brother or your dad?
That was my brother. So my older brother, Charlie, pitched. My middle brother, I called him my hype man because he was there screaming left and right, like giving me the times and everything. So he was my guy letting me know what I needed to do.
All right, here's the deal. How much pressure is on Charlie to make pitches that you like? I pitched in one of these one time. I mean, not even. It was a local deal, and I thought I was throwing strikes, but I weren't throwing the right strikes. There's a lot of pressure on that.
100%. I was more worried for him than I was trying to hit a home run because it's funny. We practiced that like the year before just in case. I'm like, listen, if I get a chance in the home run derby, let's practice. And we just practice hitting. We didn't practice the time because we didn't know they were going to change it at the time. But I told him, just lob it in and let me supply the power. And I couldn't ask for a better throw, man. He did a phenomenal job.
2015 home run champ, the Toddfather, Todd Frazier, nice enough to join us. Let me ask you, just real quick, do you buy that it takes a toll on you for the rest of the season?
Only thing I buy, you're exhausted. I'll be honest. I did it 3 times in a row, and I was exhausted the third time around. The second half was tough, but it doesn't change your swing. Your swing's still going to be fine. You're a professional. Go about it the right way. It doesn't hurt your swing. It is what it is, but you're a little more tired for the second half. I would say so.
So would you do it every year?
Oh, hell yeah. That wouldn't change a darn thing.
Really?
Yeah. I love every second of that, man. You got to be a kid at heart. You got to think about a lot of these guys are like, oh, man, I don't want to do it. The pressure, it's going to hurt me the second half. I don't care, man. This is awesome. It's such a fun event, man. You got to be a part of it.
One of the things I said earlier today, Todd Frazier joins us on the hotline, brought to you by the Mower Shop. Go see mowershop.com. Go see my friend Paulie. One of the things that I said earlier today was that of the non-sports sporting events, like the hot dog eating contest, slam dunk contest, long drive I think the All-Star Home Run Derby is the absolute best out there. I do.
Oh, I agree. I agree 100%. Who doesn't like home runs? Girls dig the long ball. You know that. The ladies love it. So everybody in the world loves home runs, left and right. People enjoy it. They're at a ballpark. You got to be watching every moment. If you're in the outfield, you're going to have at least 30 balls coming in front of you, over your head, and it's an unbelievable sight to see.
Did you think Soto was the guy?
My outside, I thought Julio Rodriguez was going to take it, man. I told a couple of my buddies, so my buddies love asking me, who's going to win? Who's going to win? And I'm like, listen, I'm sticking with Pete, but my sleeper would be Julio, and I played him in the Olympics, and I saw what he had then. And he's young. You got to take the younger guys. They got more energy, and they're gonna last a little longer.
That's what I'm saying about Soto, man. You gotta Don't you gotta kind of think that this dude is a tough dude that absolutely shows up when he needs to?
Yeah, and he's resilient. He's a guy you don't want out the plate when you're on defense in the crunch time. You might as well walk him. So the guy, he doesn't back down from anything, and he looked calm, cool, and collective yesterday, man. I couldn't be happier for the guy.
All right.
And he might be on a new team pretty soon, so we'll see what happens.
$440 million. All right, where are you taking the kids, big doggy?
We got a surprise birthday party on the beach, man. We're hitting up the beach, and one of our friends' daughter's birthday. So I'll give a shout out to Eliza. So happy birthday, Eliza.
You got it, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
All right, all's well. Talk to you later.
All right, buddy. That's the great Todd Frazier on the hotline, brought to you by the Mower Shop. Go to the Mower Shop. Introduces Spartan Mowers, the perfect mower to fit any yard, any size, anytime. Go see Paulie at the Mower Shop in Fishers, plus the Mower Shop. .com. There you go. There you go. Jim Harbaugh and his wife were speakers at an event in Plymouth, Michigan, designed to raise money for several pro-life charities and programs in Southwest Michigan. How about that? They're coming, Jimmy. They're coming for you, baby. They're coming for me. I don't know what to tell you. They're coming for me. They're coming for you. They're going to Veterans Report to Grant Park in 1 week. 1 week, ladies and gentlemen. 1 week. That's what they do. You know what I mean? There you go. I'm fascinated. Greg Cosell is going to join us. Jimmy, and I'm going to do this, Jimmy. You came up with a ton of questions. You did, about Matt Ryan. I think Matt Ryan, would you agree with this? Matt Ryan's the most interesting thing here?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it helps, obviously, that it's his first year, but just all the ups and downs at that position post-Luck makes it such a very intriguing storyline. That and he has stuff to prove, too.
Agreed. No question about it. I agree. I think Luck has stuff to prove. I think everybody's got stuff to prove. I think that everybody on that team, the defense has stuff to prove. Everybody. 317-239-1070 is the number. Dan at 1070thefan.com is the email address. And as always, I'm on Twitter at Dan Dakich. Hey, look, I think when you're the Colts, you look at Matt Ryan and you say, is Matt Ryan going to be the guy? Going to be the guy that leads the Colts to a title? That's what I'm asking. Is Matt Ryan going to be the guy that leads the Colts to the title? Because, frankly, I personally think that that's what you got to do here. That's exactly what you got to do here. You must do that. You absolutely must do that. You must do that. You must, ladies and gentlemen, lead them to some type of title, whether it is whether it's the title of AFC South champs, whether it's that title, might be that title, whether it's the title of, Super Bowl champs. Maybe it's that title. Maybe, I don't know. Beats me. But whatever the title is, look, let's do it. Let's have a day. Right. The title the last time they played for a title is this. Last time they played for a title was they were up 28-3. So there you go. 28-3 is what they were. So, man. Hey, how about this? Man, oh, man. Police this morning were looking for a driver that hit and killed a toddler in Clearwater Village parking lot just after 7:30 last night. That's Angela Ganote. Wow. How about that? Anyway, 317-239-1070, top of the hour. Greg Cosell. Jimmy put together a list of questions that I am very much looking forward to discussing with him and Greg Cosell. Any of you know Greg Cosell is, I don't know. Greg Cosell is the man with NFL Films. He watches more film than anybody. And away we go. We'll be back. 317-239-1070. I got a lot of people to talk to. Apparently I'm trending again. There you go. Look, I will do whatever you want me to do if somebody can provide evidence that I did something that I know I didn't do. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. If you can provide evidence, I know somebody says I did something, but if you can provide evidence, because I know what I do and I know what I didn't do. If you can provide evidence, I will pay up. But nobody can. Just because somebody says something doesn't mean it's right. Provide evidence, I'll be paying. But I know there ain't no evidence because I know I didn't say nothing. So there you go. We'll be right back.
It's Kevin and Query.
We will be doing a radio show longer than the span in which it looked like DeAndre Ayton might be a Pacer.
As head coach Rick Carlisle said last year about Tristan Thompson, we could reference that for DeAndre Ayton.
Well, it was fun while it lasted.
I don't even know if it was more than about 30 minutes of hope.
I thought our boss actually said it really well. Holy cow, the Pacers just Baker Mayfield, Miles Turner.
Kevin and Query.
Weekday mornings at 7
on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Dan Dakich here for the Michaelis Corporation. When you need them, you'll be so glad they are there for you. They've been there for me when my house needed emergency restoration and when I had planned renovations on my house. And they're there for me sponsoring my segment in the Fan Cave and the hole-in-one contest at my golf outing. If you get water in your basement, they can be there for you. Water, storms, fire, and foundations. Life happens. Michaelis happens. To help you through it, 844-FIX-INDY is the number to call. That's right, 844-FIX-INDY is the number to call, or online at michaeliscorp.com.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found it. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Some things sound so good you can almost taste it. Like Bluebell Strawberry Lemonade Ice Cream. Delicious strawberry ice cream swirled with lemonade sherbet and sprinkled with lemon-flavored flakes. It's better than you can imagine.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Meijer stores.
Hey, it's JMV here for John and Chris Love. That's Love Heating and Air, 317-353-2141. I would not trust anybody else with my cool and comfort in-house and making sure that my system is running efficiently. If you feel as if yours isn't, 353-2141. Get that checkup from John and Chris Love at Love Heating and Air, making sure it doesn't cost you money and you remain cool and comfortable. Love Heating and Air, 317-353-2141 online, love-hvac.com today.
Hi, it's Bob from Royal Spa. Soaking in a hot tub full of Epsom salts is the absolute best way to minimize everyday aches and pains. And we know all about Epsom salts at Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are the only hot tubs on the market that can safely and effectively use Epsom salts. Made right here in Indiana, Royal Spa hot tubs are the highest quality hot tubs on the market. Visit any one of our 3 Indianapolis locations or visit royalspa.com.
Ah, Royal Spa. Baseball's best face-off in L.A. at the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Tonight at 7 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
It's the Dan Dakich Show on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Ah, look at that working. That's the way you do it. 317-239-1070 is the number. Dan with 1070thefan.com. Take some phone calls if you would like. A couple people calling in. We got Biggins coming up at 2:30. We've got, let's see here. Eddie Gill at 1:30, Greg Cosell at 1, Mike Chappell coming up at 2 o'clock, and we're going to have a nice day. I want to thank everybody yesterday once again that came out. Man, what a day. What a day. Sean Black, what's going on? You hit the ball mile, my friend. El Presidente in the house.
Dan, nice show.
I know.
Hey, great job yesterday.
Thank you.
That was the third year in a row that I've been to your golf outing. It gets better every year. It turned out to be a beautiful day. It was cloudy at first. The sun came out. Just everything about it is so professionally run, so much fun to be had, and no negativity. And that was the big thing, is that everybody there was positive. I've been paired with people I don't know the last 3 years, and we have a great time.
Yeah, man.
It's always been a blast. Appreciate everything you do. And like I keep saying, as long as I'm available, I'm going to be a regular at your golf outing.
What's the longest drive you hit yesterday?
I don't know. I may have got help with the cart path, maybe not. I think it was number 15. I put the ball right next to the bunker, in the bunker right next to the green.
Is that right?
And I actually, since we only had 3 people in our group, I hit a second tee shot that went about. It was close to the tent on number 10. Hiatus Tequila. I think it went about 30 yards past that tent.
Really?
They had a little pull action there.
No kidding. All right.
And the ball went a mile high, of course.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned yesterday, can I hit it any higher? I'll try it. I'll work on it.
Appreciate it. You did hit it. You do hit it a mile. Guys that hit it far hit it a mile high. My guy Cam Safali, thanks, Sean, times in. Hey, I didn't hear who won your golf outing yesterday. Austin Bowman from the Hawthorns, F. Cameron Safali, Justin Burke from the Hawthorns, Graham Summers from Crooked Stick. And anybody knows anything about Graham Summers from Crooked Stick knows a dude hits the ball 7 miles into the air. And 7 miles high. Hey, Dan, heard you mention John Stroyer. What a great dude. I work with people with disabilities such as autism in Crown Point. He used to run a hoops facility in Maryville. He used to let me bring a group of individuals and let us have the run of the court. Good guy, caring guy. Yeah, man. No question about it. Johnny Stroyer. Johnny Stroyer played for Chicago Whitewater, and he was an assistant with Eddie Gill. Eddie Gill was a player. Eddie played yesterday. If somebody had an audio of Eddie Gill, of Eddie White, myself, oh, man, there'd be articles. Anyway, no, it was a great time, and I appreciate absolutely everybody for coming out. I really do. And it's gratitude. Look, it's just gratitude. Guys come out. Guys, guys come out and they do stuff, and they do a thing. They do their thing, man. Yeah, it's great. It really is. It's great. So we had a great time. We had a lot of fun. We won a bunch of money. We raised a ton of money for people. And, So at the end of the day, it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, hope everybody, again, this is just simply, ladies and gentlemen, going to be about me being grateful for you. me being grateful for Reggie Jones coming up and just giving my mother a hug for wearing pink because he said, look, that's what I got. I got pink. I got pink, and I got to wear pink. And the truth of the matter is the winner of the event was a ringer group. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. They were. They were a ringer group. They were. Just telling you. Ringers. Damn right. Ringers left and right, but they were really good. And you know what? They got her done. They got her done. And away we go. So, hey, it is what it is. But it was a great outfit. There you go, Cam. There you go. There you go. So, all right. 317-239-1070 is the number. Dan at 1070thefan.com is the email address. And as always, we are on Twitter at Dan Dakich. Let's see here. When we talk to Greg Cosell, if you have a question for Greg Cosell, do yourself a favor and give it to me. Give me the question. I got a bunch here. Jimmy, let me ask you a couple of the questions that I'm going to ask Cosell that you wrote. Is Jonathan Taylor the best quarterback or running back in the NFL?
I think he is.
Do you?
I'm willing to hear the argument that it's 1A, 1B, him and Derrick Henry. But, yes, I think it's Jonathan Taylor.
All right. Let's see. Reggie says, of course I had to show your mom love first, duh. Yeah, you did. All right, let's move along. Is Ryan Tannehill capable of high-level play without A.J. Brown?
No, I don't believe so. I've said for years I think that Ryan Tannehill is in that same Alex Smith lore where he's good enough to keep you competitive in division. He reinvented himself as a quarterback. I know that Smith was the number one overall pick, so there are differences, but no, I don't think he's the guy that is able to elevate you when you've taken away a weapon from that offense.
How does a pass-catching back like, let me see here, Nyheim, you got a lot of questions. I'm going over them. Like Nyheim Hines, what does he do for the offense?
I think when you look back at those years in Atlanta when Matt Ryan was at his best, you have dual threat running backs and kind of do it all. And for the Colts, when they extended Hines, the thought was last year they were going to do this. Now you hear the rumblings in minicamp, they're starting to line him out as a wide receiver. They're starting to utilize him a lot more as a pass-catching back, which I think in turn is going to make Colts fans realize, okay, he was worth the money. I think it's going to open other things up for both Taylor and the likes of Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce, other guys in the passing game.
Okay. All right. Here we go. What else? What are your expectations for Trevor Lawrence?
I think it's a massive second year for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this the other day on Indiana Sports Talk. I think that if I'm wrong on this, every scout in America is wrong on this. This is a dude that's been hyped up since the day he touched the football. I don't know if it was rookie struggles or what, but I expect a big leap from him this year. And I'm hopeful at least the film that Greg has broken down, because as you know, Dan, he digests this every single day of his freaking life, is going to reflect that too, that there's going to be improvements made in his game.
This is the biggest question. You ready?
Yep.
This is the biggest question. Does Matt Ryan's tape show a better quarterback than any the Colts have had since Andrew Luck?
I think the answer is yes. You look at the list, the only other one that you're maybe saying has him is Rivers. Even though I was a bit of a Rivers hater, I think Matt Ryan is more reliable with the football. And outside of the 28-3 collapse, which I don't think was entirely on him, he's been a pretty exceptional quarterback when it comes to taking care of the football in the passing game.
How has that one's good. How are the Colts built for Matt Ryan to succeed compared to last year in Atlanta?
They were bottom in the league in offensive line, in yards per game via the running back and their defense. Colts are better in every facet of that. And if you look at the years when Matt Ryan won his MVP or was near the top of the league, they excelled in all those categories. They had a great running game. They had an awesome defense, and they protected him really well. A lot of his turnovers last year were due to a lack of time because that O-line was a 3-16 offensive line or whatever they were.
Yeah.
So that's why I think. I haven't seen the tape as much as Greg has. That's why I'm hoping like he has more specifics on that. But if you look at it just on paper, they're improved in every way that the Falcons were a year ago, and they're more like those teams where Matt Ryan put up career numbers.
All right. There you go. We're going to ask those questions to Greg Cosell. Bottom of the app. Bottom of next hour, Eddie Gill joins. Top of next hour, Mike Chappell. I got biggins. I got me some biggins coming, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I got me some biggins. I got an hour, Jimmy, to get a cameo video to a bunch of guys on a fantasy football league. So, yeah. All right. When we come back, we will talk to the man, Greg Cosell. And I got a whole list of questions. Jimmy, I am not going to take these questions as mine. You wrote them. Do you have a copy? You're more than welcome to conduct this interview along with me. So please do. We'll be right back.
It's time for camp. No, not that camp. We're talking Colts training camp.
Kevin Bowen here at Grand Park. Colts back to work.
So now we can ask the big questions.
Consistently much better this year.
The wide receiver core is a concern.
They would have liked to have seen some sort of veteran move there.
The Colts have just disregarded.
The NFL season countdown starts next Tuesday. It's Colts camp.
42 ISO X Flash. I want
on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Hey, Bet Rivers Online Sportsbook is serving up big wins with our new weekly profit boost on all tennis wagers. That's right. New tennis wagers. Visit BetRivers.com. Download the Bet Rivers Sportsbook app every Wednesday to receive a 20% profit boost on any tennis wager. That's right. Log in every Wednesday and automatically receive 20% profit boost. Now you can even live stream your favorite tennis players right from the Bet Rivers app. Heat up your summer with the Bet Rivers Sportsbook app. It's a whole new ballgame. Terms and conditions do apply. See the site for all the details. 21 or older, located in the great state of Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. That's 1-800-994-8448.
Hey, it's JMV at Race Trash Service. They're all about protecting the environment while bringing cost savings to you. Natural resources are going up in price, and landfill space is disappearing. So Raise is committed to preserving the Hoosier environment and serving Central Indiana with efficient, cost-effective, and responsible waste removal and recycling solutions. They're one of the largest recyclers in the state of Indiana with customer rebates on paper, cardboard, and so much more. Visit racetrash.com to see how they can bring recycling solutions to your organization.
Rob Zombie, Mudvayne, Freaks on Parade Tour. Zombie, Mudvayne, together. This trip is for real. This Thursday night, Ruoff Music Center with Static X and Powerman 5000. Get tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Zombie, Mudvayne, part of the Coors Light concert series.
My name is Kayla Cinders, and I work for Gleaners Food Bank. I am a local service manager for 3 counties in our 21-county service area, and I nominated Katie.
And I'm Jiffy Lube owner Steve Sanner. At Jiffy Lube, we are proud to support Hoosier charities that use their vehicles to do more to make Indiana a better place to live.
My name is Katie Wilkerson. I pick up at the mobile food pantries. The best part of volunteering to hand someone some food and see the smile on their face, the relief. Without my vehicle, there's no way I'd be able to do this. To go to any of the pantries, it's at least 18 miles.
Jiffy Lube of Indiana provides all of our Do More winners with free vehicle maintenance for a year. Because now at Jiffy Lube, our trained technicians do more to keep vehicles like theirs and yours on the road. Brakes, tires, batteries, and more. As well as Indiana's favorite oil change since 1985.
If you know a volunteer who impacts your community, nominate them today to receive a year's worth of free vehicle maintenance. Just click the Do More tab at jiffylubeindiana.com.
Here's what's happening with the Fan.
Listen to Kevin and Query weekdays from 7 to 10 and call into the pop quiz for your chance to win a signature service Jiffy Lube oil change and a pair of tickets to see the Zach Brown Band Thursday, July 28th at Ruoff Music Center. And listen to The Ride with JMV all this week from 3 to 6 p.m. for a chance to win 2 tickets to see One Republic plus Need to Breathe at Ruoff Music Center on Saturday, July 30th.
For more info, click on 1075thefan.com.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
WIBC HD2 W298BB, WIBC HD3 W228CX, Indianapolis. The NTT IndyCar Series is at Iowa Speedway for a doubleheader. Race 1, Saturday at 3:30 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
It's the Dan Dakich Show, 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
This cameo, so I'm sorry I lost it. Now I'm coming back. Will, explain something to me. You have Tom Brady, Jonathan Taylor, A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, Austin Eckler in your lineup in the regular season, and you end up in a consolation turd bowl. I haven't seen that kind of level of coaching since Lou freaking Henson-ish. I don't know, man. 3-11. Maybe don't make so many lineup decisions while you're at Alice and Woody's Bar in Vincennes. Positive note. Front office for the Browns made another great decision getting Watson, and you still have the Cubs. Oh, second thought, have about 10 and a shot. Joe Don, you need to get back to the basics. Slipping from last year's playoff competition to third place. At least you were still winning, I guess. And here's the best advice I can give you. Listen up. Don't take advice from Ish while you guys are watching games at Allison Woody's. I've been to Allison Woody's with the great Courtney Whitty. I ain't mad about it. I hear Mark coming back to be draft moderator again. Good to hear. I hope you had food to go with the beer last night. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Bruce and the fellas, we're just going to rack up 2021 as a fluke with Bruce winning. I'm sorry, with Matt winning and Bruce finishing in second place. How about that? The rest of you, how about getting your ass going? Don't make me come back next year. This is long. I got to go back to my show. What's going on, Greg Cosell? What's going on, brother?
Hey, Dan, what's happening?
Well, I had to do a cameo in an hour, and I didn't realize. You ever do cameo videos?
No, I don't do that.
Oh, man, I got to tell you, I do them for fantasy leagues around here, and honest to God, this one was about a 4-minute one, and it ran into your time. All right, Jimmy, let's go. We got questions. You ready? They're going to be rapid fire. Jimmy, go with question number 1.
Greg, from what you've seen via the tape, how are the Colts built for Matt Ryan to succeed compared to the roster that was around him in Atlanta last year?
Well, it's a better roster, but I think the main question is going to be the O-line. I don't think the O-line was particularly good a year ago, and I think there are some significant questions this year as we start training camp. So to me, that's a big issue because Matt Ryan, he's been a really good quarterback, obviously, in his career, but he's a specific kind of quarterback. He's a strider. He needs space in front of him to deliver the football cleanly. He's always been like that. So I think the O-line, and I don't know if it's being talked about much in Indianapolis, but I think that's something to keep an eye on.
All right. What does the tape show on why Ryan is an upgrade over Wentz?
I think Ryan is a more consistent player, snap after snap after snap. I think one thing for most of Matt Ryan's career is you pretty much know what you're going to get with Matt Ryan, play after play after play, but he's always been at his best when he's had a run game as well, and clearly that's the starting point of the Colts offense. So I think that I think Wentz can be spectacular, as we saw a year ago. He's been that way throughout his career. He can have spectacular plays and make the kinds of plays that Matt Ryan can't make. But I think Ryan makes the more nuanced, subtle, detailed plays on a more consistent basis, and those are the kinds of plays that often can be the difference in games.
Greg, I know I'm making you go back a little bit in the archive here, but there's a lot of optimism for Matt Ryan under center this season. Is he the best quarterback the Colts have had since Andrew Luck going into a season?
God, you make it seem like Andrew Luck played in the Ice Age. It really hasn't.
Seems like a bit ago, though, for us here. It's been a long, as Joe Biden said, it's been a long, dark winter, baby.
I think he's the most consistent for sure. I mean, look, Matt Ryan's obviously closer to the end than the beginning, but I think one of the things that coaches always look for in any player at any position is they want to feel like they know what they're going to get. I mean, Dan, you coached. Obviously everybody would like 5 great players in basketball, but that's unrealistic. Just like in football, you're not going to get 11 great players on one side of the ball. So you want to feel that you know what you're going to get when you put your game plan together during the week, and then you're going to line up on Sunday. You know what you're going to get. There's no surprises. There's none of those plays where you go, oh man, how did that happen? And I think Matt Ryan is much more of that kind of player.
All right. This is a question that you can answer. You are the coaches, all right? Like, no, guys that don't study will not know this answer. You may not know this answer. It's a tough question. Ready? What does a pass-catching back like Nyheim Hines, 2 things. What should they do to involve him in the offense, and what can he do for the offense?
Well, I think a pass-catching back, particularly one that can detach from the formation, poses a lot of problems for a defense in a number of areas. And I think the first area that it causes problems for a defense is it gives the quarterback information pre-snap, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to give the quarterback as much information as he possibly can get before the snap of the ball. So when you can split out a back, and let's say go in empty sets, which I think you'll see some of this year with Nyheim Hines, that really gives Matt Ryan a lot of information based on how the defense will respond to that. The other factor is even if he's offset in the backfield, and because he's an excellent receiver who actually can run vertical type routes, not just check downs and flat routes, is that will dictate how defenses choose to play. Do they feel they have a matchup man-to-man? Will they play more zone coverage because they don't feel they can match up? You will know these kinds of things from film study leading up to a specific opponent. So a receiving back is a really important piece to an offense, and is certainly one in today's NFL.
Greg, how difficult is it to get comfortable with a new defensive coordinator with Gus Bradley entering in the fray? I know he's been around for a long time, but a lot of these guys, it's their first time playing underneath him. What challenges are presented with that?
Well, there's always challenges because things are taught differently. One thing about Gus Bradley is he has a defined approach to defense. He's been doing it a long time. He hasn't changed dramatically in what he does. He played a little more man coverage last year with the Las Vegas Raiders than we probably think of with Gus Bradley, but his starting point is zone cover 3. And obviously you could argue there's 10 ways to play cover 3. There's many ways to do a lot of things in football, so things are just taught differently, and then you have to get used to what the calls are and how they're taught and what your specific roles are. So those kinds of things do take time.
Ngakoue, 8 sacks a year. He makes it look easy. How good is he?
He's a terrific pass rusher. I mean, look, what they're counting on, for the most part, and coming off the Gus Bradley question, Gus Bradley in an ideal world would like to rush 4 and play with 7 in coverage, and I think they're counting on 2 things, Dan, this year. They're counting on Ngakoue to be a factor off one edge, and they're counting on Kwity Paye to really come on in his second year and be a factor as the other edge rusher, because they know what they have with DeForest Buckner, who's one of the better interior pass rushers in the league. So I think that's what they're counting on with Ngakoue and Paye, that they can essentially have 3 really good pass rushers. Because keep in mind, when you play zone coverage, zones only work up to a certain point. The way zones really work is the timing of 5-step drops, which is 2.1 seconds. Anything after 2.1 seconds with the quarterback in the pocket falls on the pass rush, because zones can't handle that.
Kind of a follow-up to that, Greg, is that pace that Ngakoue's on sustainable? In terms of consistency, every year he's averaging 8, 10, 12 sacks a year. Is that something that is sustainable?
I mean, he's not old. I don't think he's old, and I thought he still looked, pretty juicy last year. I mean, he's a quick, twitchy guy. I don't think he's at the point in his career where he's, he can't do that. I mean, I don't know his exact age, but he's not, I don't think he's 33 or 34. I mean, I think he would certainly have a couple of good years left.
Can Ryan Tannehill compete at a high level? Is he capable without A.J. Brown? What's the ceiling here, my man?
Well, there's a lot more that goes into it. One of the things that was fascinating, and I actually rewatched some of the Titans tape this summer, is the Titans last year, particularly on third down, they helped out their offensive tackles all the time, which was really interesting to me because one of the offensive tackles is Taylor Lewan. Yet they used a back and a tight end to either chip or stay in as primary pass protectors. So very often on third down, they were simply sending out 3 receivers. And you lose the numbers game when you do that, Dan. If a team rushes 4 and plays with 7 in coverage and they only have to cover 3 receivers, that's really hard for a quarterback. So I'm very anxious to see how Tennessee goes about their passing game this year, especially on third down, because that makes it really hard on a quarterback.
Looking elsewhere in the South, Greg, expectations sky high for Trevor Lawrence his entire career. What type of leap are you expecting from him, if at all, in year 2?
It's a great question. I mean, I'm sure he'll be better because of the environment. He'll be a little more stable, obviously. There's a lot of questions about Trevor Lawrence. He and none of them are his fault. He got caught with the whole idea that he was a generational quarterback, which he's not. His talent is not quite like that. You could easily make the argument that Trevor Lawrence is not a high-level passer. So I think you have to be careful about putting expectations on the kid, and he's a great kid. I've been around him, and all those expectations, of course, are not his fault, but he's not quite that guy. He may be a really quality quarterback, but he also may be a guy that needs team around him. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is ever going to be at the level, let's say, of the Josh Allens of the world, guys who are really, really gifted physically. I'm not sure that Trevor Lawrence falls into that category.
Oh, man. No kidding. I thought Trevor Lawrence was, on the same level as Brady and Elway and all those guys, no?
No, he's not. He's not that talented.
Wow.
No.
All right. Okay. Interesting. What does Stephon Gilmore add to the Colts?
Gilmore's he's a really good corner, not only in terms of physical traits, but in terms of attitude and swagger. And it'll be interesting to see how much man coverage Gus Bradley chooses to play with, Gilmore there now. I guess the question becomes, who's going to play opposite him when they're in their nickel. Now, keep in mind that an under-the-radar signing for this team is Brandon Faison, who was with Gus Bradley last year in Las Vegas and actually played a lot of snaps and played extremely well. So, and he's got length to him. So it's very possible he could be the corner opposite Gilmore when they play nickel, because obviously Kenny Moore will go inside. And he's one of the best slot corners in the game. So we'll see. But Gilmore's still a really solid player, and I'm sure he's viewing this as a chance to kind of reinvigorate his career.
I know they have different running styles, Greg, but they're obviously in the same division when you look at Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry. Has Taylor surpassed him as a top back in football, or is that not fair with the injuries that Henry dealt with a year ago?
I don't get into, lists like that. Sure. I mean, they're different backs. Henry's freakish because he's 250 pounds, and he's got like a 30-inch waist, which I didn't know that was humanly possible. But Taylor, I love Jonathan Taylor coming out of Wisconsin, and I remember I said on a number of shows that I thought he was the best runner in that draft class, and I forget who else came out that year, but a lot of people said I was nuts, but it's proven out so far. They're just different players. They're both foundation players in their team's offense. They're both going to get, assuming no injury, they're both going to get 300 plus carries. They're just different kinds of backs. So both, the thing that probably puts them both at the top of the list, anybody's list, is the fact that both can take it to the house. There's a lot of good backs in football who can't necessarily, go 70 yards. Both Taylor and Henry can do that.
What do you think about Alec Pierce?
I loved Alec Pierce.
Do you?
Loved him. I watched him really carefully at the University of Cincinnati. I got to tell you, Dan, I didn't think there was much of a difference based on tape between Alec Pierce and Drake London, who was the 8th pick in the draft to the Atlanta Falcons.
Really? That's high praise, big boy.
No, well, that's
that's how you feel.
Somebody's going to say that's a hot take.
That's a hot take. We got hot takes on this show.
Man. I don't do hot takes. I watched the tape, and that was my sense from watching the tape. And I know others, by the way, felt somewhat similarly. So, and again, we'll see how it plays out. Maybe I'll be wrong. But I thought his tape was really, really good.
I love it. Love it. Love it. All right, last thing before we let you go. What the hell are you doing now?
What am I doing now?
Yes.
Well, technically, I'm on vacation now, but I still come into the office and I'm jumping back and forth between watching certain specific NFL stuff that I feel like watching and college players who will be in next year's draft.
Who's any good? Does Indiana have anybody any good? I need a win this year.
Well, I haven't watched him yet, but I know Indiana has a corner that's supposed to be really good. I think his name's Mullen. I haven't watched him yet, but from what I hear from people who I respect, he's a guy that could be talked about. Again, I don't get into who's a first round, all that stuff. That doesn't mean anything now. But from what I understand, this kid's a really good prospect.
All right.
I know it's
You're talking football, obviously, right?
I am. And Indiana's going to be good in basketball, big boy. They're going to be really good.
Are they? Did they get some recruits?
Yeah, they got some really good recruits. Trace Jackson Davis and Race Thompson are back. Yeah. I said about 6 weeks ago, well, longer than that ago, I said, look, Indiana will be the preseason number 1 team in the Big Ten and probably,
really?
Top 15 in the country, yeah.
Wow. Hey, whatever happened to the kid from a few years ago? He seems to have gotten lost in the NBA, Romeo Langford.
He just wasn't good enough. I mean, I'm sorry, but he just wasn't good enough. He just simply
he shouldn't have come out after his freshman year, right?
Well, you know what? That's hard to say because he made a lot of money. He's in the league. He's been in the league. You stay another year. Maybe you get exposed more. But, I don't know. I thought he came to Indiana to play more for the shoe companies. You know what I mean? The ancillary things than he did for the university, and that blanked me off.
Yeah, and maybe that's true, and that's, of course, that's the way it is now. Unfortunately, it will be that way for a lot of guys.
Yeah. What do you got, Jimmy?
Last one I had for you, Greg. When you look at John Mechie, I know he's got to come back from the ACL injury, but what does he do for the Texans offense long term?
Oh, I love John Mechie. He reminded me a lot of Robert Woods. I really like Mechie's game. I think he's refined, he's subtle, he's nuanced, he's detailed. He's not a true burner, although with his route running, he can get vertical at times. By the way, the Texans roster has improved dramatically. And it's funny you asked me about the Texans because as of this morning, I just finished watching 5 games of Davis Mills again, and I was very, very much impressed with Davis Mills on tape. Now that I could watch 5 games in a row in the off season, which I can't really do during the season. So I think their roster is better. I'm not one who predicts number of wins. They're not going to go 14-3, obviously, but they're a better team with a better roster.
Let me ask you this, because we're sitting here and everybody, it's the Titans and it's the Colts. I've said, look, don't sleep. Don't sleep on the Jaguars because of Lawrence. And who knows? I mean, our guy, Sean Salisbury really likes Davis Mills.
I really like Davis Mills after watching these 5 games. And, I just... because he was a third-round pick and because he was kind of an afterthought in the draft, given who was out last year, and because he only played, I think, 11 or 12 games as a starter at Stanford, and he wore the big knee braces last year in college, which he did not wear last year. But he's a very easy, natural thrower of the football. He's a good athlete. He's not going to make his living in the NFL running around, but he can move. He's not a bad athlete by any means, and he's just such an easy thrower with good velocity. He's poised, he's composed, he's even keeled. Repeatable mechanics, and that's something that's rarely talked about, and it should be with quarterbacks. And he repeats his mechanics throw after throw after throw.
They have enough?
Well, I mean, enough. They'll be better. When I say enough, I mean I don't think they're going to be an easy win. Let's put it there. I don't think they're going to lose games 40-0. I don't know.
Like when the Colts go down there to start the season, it's a dangerous game, right?
I would think it would. Yeah, I mean, you never know. Week 1 is always weird in the league, but the Texans will be a better team for sure.
Gotcha. What else, Jimmy? Got anything else for the greatest to ever do it?
That's all I have.
Hey, one of our interns wanted me to ask you, with all the stuff that you have in the NFL films, can you recreate just any game that you want to?
What do you mean recreate?
I don't really know. Where's the intern at?
Put together the...
I don't know. Get over here. Ask him.
So in the mid-'60s, and just the 60s in general, when NFL films first started, a lot of those television broadcasts that people are so nostalgic for are lost. So how many of those plays from each of those games do you have? And is it possible to just go back to any week, like week 3 of 66, and just put together a play from a certain game and have the entire game from all the archive footage of the plays that you have?
I'm sure we have that with certain games.
Look at you, intern.
My guess is we don't have that with every game in the 60s, but obviously we have the footage, and none of our footage gets thrown away or tossed aside. So I'm sure we have it, but my guess would be that we would not have every game from the 60s with every single play.
Okay. Tell him your name, where you go to school, and why he should hire you right now.
I am Elijah Robertson. I go to school at Franklin College. I'm aspiring to do PR, but sometimes I really do wonder. I'm like, man, NFL films would be fun. It'd be fun to at least, say, hey, I worked for them briefly. I know a lot about, racing history and football history in general, so I'd be a good asset if you want me to do archiving stuff for you, because archiving is fun. I mean, for me, it's fun. I could also put together some of those games if you want me to.
Alert! Yeah. Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Elijah's going for it. Yeah, I've also worked for NFL Films briefly. I'm going into my 43rd year.
Yeah, he just got a job the other day. 43 years. You hear that? Yeah. You're awesome, Elijah. I got to have you on more. Yeah. Now go back in your hole. Go back in your hole. You're the best, man. Appreciate you.
All right, Dan, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, brother. Thank you. That's the man. Jimmy, that was really good. That was really, really good. Man, lots going on Twitter. I've had a lot of people come and give me their name as the person that I said bad things about in Scottsburg. We're on number like 10. I don't know. All right. When we come back, Jimmy, when we come back, I had a chance yesterday at my golf outing to hang with Eddie Gill. I did. Had a chance to hang with Eddie Gill. And you know what? Eddie Gill played for a good friend of mine, John Stroya. Johnny was one of those kids when I was in the neighborhood that when I grew up, he always let me play. When I was younger, he always let me play, right? And the truth of the matter is, Eddie Gill is a great dude. He does a fantastic job. But then we got started about people we knew, his career. I want to talk about Eddie Gill. Eddie Gill, fantastic. Not only as a player, a person, we had to squeeze him in, Jimmy, between meetings. Well, I got a meeting till 1. No, wait a second. I got another one at 2. It's like, all right.
He's a busy man.
Oh, my God. We'll be right back.
Hey, guys. Wondering what Urology of Indiana can do for you? They are your one-stop practice for world-class men's urologic health needs. Not only do they treat general urology conditions, their board-certified urologists perform vasectomies every day of the week, all year long. And they have multiple vasectomy clinics, so chances are good there's one close to you. Urology of Indiana also has Central Indiana's only center with a team of fellowship-trained men's health physicians, offering a comprehensive approach to ED, sexual dysfunction, and other men's health conditions. And they have a renowned prostate cancer program that offers the most advanced treatment options, nationally recognized for patient outcomes. Now is a great time to see a urologist. Call Urology of Indiana at 877-362-2778 to schedule an appointment. That's 877-362-2778, or visit urologyin.com for more information. That's urologyin.com.
Hey, get the speed you need right here. Get the speed you need at a great price. Xfinity Internet, the fastest internet on the largest gig speed network. Xfinity delivers gig speeds to more homes than anyone. So get ready to do even more on your devices with gig speeds. Gig speed internet is available to 99% of our footprint. Look, Lee and I switched, and it was the smartest thing that we could possibly do. It's legitimately was. Honest to God. All right, here's the deal. Enjoy all your favorite apps all in one place with a Flex 4 streaming box free with your Xfinity Internet. Stay connected on the go with over 20 million secure Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots nationwide. Xfinity Internet service brings your entire experience together by connecting other services like Xfinity XFi, Advanced Security, Xfinity Flex, and so much more. Look, here's the deal. Xfinity basically saved my show in the morning because we were having all kinds of problems. Yes, we were having all kinds of problems. All kinds of problems. And the fact of the matter is, Xfinity fixed it. We'll be right back.
Try Wendy's hot and crispy fries. Natural cut, skin on fries prepared to golden goodness. Perfectly sprinkled with sea salt, just the way they should be. Try Wendy's hot and crispy fries today at participating U.S. Wendy's.
We want to have a party at your house with your friends this summer. Go to 1075thefan.com/contest to enter to win a Connecticut Backyard Bourbon broadcast in your backyard with JMB.
The Ride with JMV.
Line 2.
Yes, Kuiper the rapper.
Oh, Kuiper. Tic-tac-toe?
Yes, sir.
That's you.
Let me bless you guys with a little quick verse before I go.
Do it.
My dad got up because he heard something knocking. Thought it was a quick me and he was rocket. Get to my room, opened up the door. He said, "Son, what you doing playing tic-tac-toe? That's X and that's O. Is that sex? Well, maybe so."
That's awesome.
Tic-tac-toe. All right, Jay, I'm out.
Dude, that's awesome.
The Ride with JMV.
Weekdays 3 to 6
on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. It's the Dan Dakich Show, 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
At the end of the day, they're going to keep coming, and I'm going to keep saying, I don't know what to tell you, man. All I know is, I'm not going to get in any more scuffles, any more fights. People have come at me all the time. Once I was saying I give $5,000 away for the name, about the 10th person to do so. People immediately believe it, particularly now. And, there's a lot going back and forth on Twitter that I'm just not going to get involved in. I'm not doing it. I know what I did not say, and people can crush me all they would like. Doesn't matter. Today is about gratitude. Today is about gratitude. Today is about great people. And yesterday I had a chance to hang with a great person. I had a chance to hang for the first time, really, with Eddie Gill. And Eddie Gill came out to my golf outing, and Eddie Gill, I walked right up to him, and I did not want to act like, hey, how are you? You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, we just simply had a nice conversation, and I thought it'd be interesting because sometimes people see guys on TV and they don't know their story. They know that, a guy played for, let's see, the Pacers and different teams, and you knew him, but you didn't know him. And, at the end of the day, man, how did I know this guy? How did I not know this guy? Well, this guy was MVP at a Big Sky Conference tournament, and I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day, one of the great upsets in the NCAA tournament was when his team, Weber State, went ahead and beat, with Harold Archambault, 14th ranked Weber State beat number 3 ranked North Carolina. And Eddie Gill scored 16. Didn't shoot it great. But Harold Archambault was the guy, but Eddie Gill was fantastic. And look, this is what I really liked about Eddie Gill. Eddie Gill played for a very good friend of mine, and John Stroya, and he remembered everybody. Oh, yeah, Johnny was this. This was the coach then. This was the coach before. A lot of guys say, well, I don't remember quite that, guy. And, they try to fake you. You know what I'm saying? They try to fake you. And the truth of the matter is, Eddie Gill knew, hey, Randy Ray. No, that guy played for Randy Ray. No, this guy played for, it was great. It was really refreshing. So Eddie's going to join us here in a few minutes. And what I also liked about Eddie Gill was when I called him or text him this morning, he's like, yeah, well, I got a meeting. I'll fit you in between meetings. You know what I mean? So it was awesome. It was really awesome. So anyway, Eddie Gill, we're going to talk to him in a few minutes. I did read an article on Eddie, and I don't know how old this was. This must be a few years ago, but because I think Ray Compton was the right. Let me look at this. Ray Compton and Eddie Gill is part of Independence Academy. Now, I'm going to be careful here because I don't know whether or not, again, I can't see the date on this article. But anyway, Eddie Gill's nice enough to join me. You can follow him at 4Eddie Gill. Go ahead and give him a call, Jimmy. I think that it's it's just interesting. It's just interesting when a guy comes out and just a good dude, man. Just a really, really, really good dude. My dad I'm familiar with that area. My dad played basketball at Idaho State. And, at the end of the day, Idaho State became horrible. I mean, horrible. And unfortunately, this is what I liked about Eddie. This is what pros do. Like, pros know the history of the game. So Eddie and I are talking, right? And Eddie and I are and he knows everything. Oh, man, Randy Ray, this, that, and the other. Eddie Gill, nice enough to join me. I was just saying, Eddie, so many times when I talk to guys about, like, their college career, they know them, but they don't know it. Like, you're telling me, yeah, John Stroy, and then the coach, Weber before him, the coach after him, all that kind of stuff. And it was awesome because I've always said to get to the NBA, to get to, the NFL, Major League Baseball, you just got to be, I don't know, you got to be on another level. You got to love the history unless you're, I don't know, Michael Jordan. But I just had a great time talking to you, and I wanted to have you on my show.
No, man, I really do appreciate you having me out there. Obviously, the Pacers organization does a really good job trying to support the community. You're clearly doing that with your outing. Love what you're doing with the bikes, and the conversation we had was fantastic on top of it. So, yeah, appreciate it.
I did not like the fact that Idaho State has become such a bad basketball program. That besmirches the Dakich name, by the way. But, hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I think I shared with you. You look at the schedule every year. There's some guaranteed wins out there, and we hate to admit it, but there's some guaranteed losses on it. That was a win for the Weber State Wildcats when we saw them.
Hey, I want to go. People see you on TV and they love you, but I don't know that people, really know your story. Like, you went out to junior college over at Eastern Utah. And next thing you know, you go to Weber State. Your basketball team is fantastic. In the tournament, you guys become a sensation. Harold Archambault, you end up beating North Carolina. How good was that team? How did that all come about for you to end up in that situation at Weber?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So, yeah, started out at JUCO, and one of my coaches ended up getting the first assistant job with Weber State. So I signed early prior to my sophomore year. A basketball, and then obviously went up there, had a nice time there, and able to get to Weber State. And Ron A. Baglin was the head coach there my junior year, and you know a guy by the name of Joe Craven was my senior year, and had some success there, and it was a good time. Harold Arsenault was a phenomenal player, collegiately. Career probably didn't pan out the way he wanted it to, or the way all of us saw it, but he was an outstanding collegiate player, especially at his position.
When you looked at that team and you looked at going up against Carolina, my sense is that you guys just pretty much figured, look, this isn't going to be an upset. We're that good. That would be my guess. That's how you get it done, right?
Yeah, there's no question about it. You have to have a certain mindset to go and compete at that level, and obviously moving forward on a professional level at all times. You got to feel like you're the best. When you step on the floor, and we genuinely thought that. There were probably 15 people in the world who thought that we would win that game, and they were inside our locker room. But looking at film, knowing what we could do and what we had done throughout the entire season, we thought we would present some matchup nightmares for them, and that's what we did throughout that entire game. So we were fully confident that we would win that game, and for the large majority of the game, we had a solid lead, so it wasn't anything fluke about it.
When you beat a North Carolina and you're at a Utah State, you know it's going to be 40 minutes. They're not going down easy.
Oh, no question about it. We had ultimate confidence that we would win the game, but you also respect the opponent, right? First of all, for me, it was a surreal moment because that was a childhood favorite team of mine. I always loved the Carolina Tar Heels, and when I saw that Carolina blew on the opposite end of the floor during warm-ups, I just got chills during the moment. But that team has rich tradition. They had good players on that team. They weren't a 3 seed for no reason. Brendan Haywood was on that team. He went on to play 12, 13 years in the NBA. Ed Cota was one of the best point guards in the country at that time. So we knew that they would be competitive, and it would be a really good game, yet and still we thought we could win.
When you move on from that, how difficult or how easy was it for you guys to go ahead and play the next one?
Man, I would tell you, our team, the confidence grew. We had a nice senior presence. I was a junior at the time, so we had guys who had been there and kind of done that from a standpoint of competitive games, played a lot of competitive games. But obviously, beating Carolina, that's the cream of the crop for a Weber State Wildcat team at that time. But we also were able to, sustain a level head and go into that next game against Florida, who had Udonis Haslam was on that team, Mike Miller was on that team. And again, we had good confidence that we would go in there and compete at a high level and really win there. We came up short, but I'll tell anyone who will listen. And since you're listening, I'll tell you, we're up 2 with a guy at the free throw line with 4 seconds left in the game. We go and he makes 1 of 2 free throws. Teddy Dupay, who hadn't scored a basket the entire game, launches a 40-footer to put it into overtime. We lose by 5 or 6 or something in overtime. So we had them beat, and it would have been Gonzaga in the next round.
Do you look at, like, here's what I do, okay? I, as a coach and as a player, and as a high school player, actually, I think about 4 games that we lost. Like, I swear to God, to this day I do. It's stupid. I know it's stupid, right? You played in the NBA, which makes it a lot different, let's be honest, a lot different. But do you think of that game once in a while and what could have been?
Yeah, there's no question about it. And to your point, there's a couple of losses out there. I go back to my last high school game. I lost in the Elite Eight against John Blair Bickerstaff, who's a great coach now for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he knocked me out of the high school state tournament, that game against Florida. So, yeah, there's definitely some losses out there that stand out.
It is amazing, right? I try to tell people, look, it's just different. I don't know. There's a lot of wins, and you like those. Like, I lost high school state championship, no classes, 1 class, little Catholic school up in Gary, Indiana. We missed 2 free throws with no time on the clock. No, I did not miss them. I want it to be perfectly clear, by the way. You know what I mean? I did not miss them, but they were missed. All right, Eddie, so now you get in the NBA, man, and you end up, look, you're playing, you're sticking. How was that?
Yeah, it was a steady grind. I was a guy who fell victim to watching mock drafts, and I was projected middle of the first to middle of the second. I fall completely out of the draft. There's 8 or 9, 10 point guards drafted during that draft. And I think only 2 of them or 3 of them maybe had to end up with a longer NBA tenure. But ultimately, I just knew I had the ability to get in, and it was just trying to find an opportunity to stick and show your worth and value. And ultimately, throughout my 12-year playing career, I was a guy who just kind of jumped in and out of the NBA, played internationally, was able to get 7 years in the NBA, but I wouldn't trade anything at any given time. It was a good time. There were definitely some hard times in there, but ultimately, as a 6'1" point guard from Weber State University, I want to just continue to show that I belong.
Your resume looks like a travel agent's dream, man. You know what I mean? Great,
no doubt.
Right? I mean, Moscow, you're looking at the D-League, you're looking at the Greek League. You were there in the brawl. You were one of guys that did not get suspended. How surreal was that?
Yeah, it was a moment that only the film shows you it happened. But yeah, it was an unfortunate moment, obviously, in the history of basketball. Let alone we're going to take the teams out of it. It's just an ugly moment you don't ever want to happen. Things escalated. We did the best we could at the time, and the Pacers organization did the best they could at the time, and that's just what it was. But it was definitely a surreal moment. One of those moments you don't ever want to happen again for anyone.
When you guys gather after that, what was the I don't know the right what was the locker room like from your perspective?
Still surreal.
Yeah.
Still surreal. Before I'm speechless even now trying to explain it. You just can't really grasp the magnitude of what had just happened. What's going to happen tomorrow, in which we ended up coming here playing with 6 guys. So it's just the uncertainty of what's next. I think is really what gravitated towards everyone.
Eddie, how'd you end up in broadcasting?
Man, I tell you what, I was fortunate enough to still be participating in community engagement events with the Indiana Pacers, and like I mentioned, they do a great job of staying involved. I try to participate as much as I can in that capacity. Been around the organization after I had retired, and I'm forever indebted to Mr. Jamie Burns, Vice President of Broadcasting for the Pacers. He called me up one day and said, "Hey, do you want to do some TV with us?" The position had come open. They were incredibly gracious and have been. I have what I call a real job. And at the time, my kids were playing high school basketball, so I wanted to make sure I was there for them and be able to see their game. So if the Pacers had a game when I very first started, on the same night, I would go see my kids' games. They're now 22 and 20 and in college and kind of doing their thing now. But again, 6 years ago, that was the state we were in, and I went down there, tried it out, and they've dealt with my screw ups for 6 years now.
You ever get nervous doing broadcasting?
Yeah, I tell you, that first year,
man,
I had a nervous energy like no other. I was incredibly nervous. And now I'm much more comfortable and confident about what I'm doing. I can deal with someone talking in my ear while I'm talking to the camera at the same time now. Although it's still challenging, I'm better at that now. But I'll tell you what, that first year, my chest was about to explode for 30 minutes before the game every time.
There is a legendary story about Rick Majerus when he worked at ESPN. He never knew how to use the talk back button, And over the air would be like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." Now, what and our game would be going on, and he would just somebody would be in his ear, and he would just talk on the air to the person in his ear. You know what I mean?
That's right. Absolutely. Oh man, Rick Majerus was a good one too.
No, he was a great one. Your job, financial analyst, Northwestern Mutual. Were you a business major?
In some capacity, yeah. Weber State, we had a kind of a unique degree. It was a technical sales degree specifically, but yeah, ultimately it's a business background.
When you look at what you're doing now, and I always say this, and you could tell me that it's totally different, and I'll agree with you, okay? But I always say, man, there is nothing, and I mean nothing like playing, nothing like winning. Coaching was great. Big wins were great. Obviously I'm taking the kids out of it, right? Because my kids played and, okay. But honest to God, there's nothing I feel like winning in a basketball, football, whatever the hell sport you're playing.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Yeah, definitely would exclude my kids.
Yeah, exclude the kids, right?
It takes it to another level, but yeah, and mostly because you know what goes into it on the back end, right? A lot of people just are able to see the games and obviously enjoy it. I know there's a entertainment value there, and I can appreciate that. However, the preparation that goes into it, trying to get a collection of people together on the same page, different personalities, different walks of life, the work that you put into it to all come out for that one common goal, and when you're able to do that. And championships are on a whole nother level, but just being able to go out and win any given game is beyond rewarding. So I couldn't agree more.
You remember my friend John Stroya?
Yes, sir. John Stroya is a good man.
Yeah, he is. John Stroya's a really good man. You played with you had some East Chicago guys out there. Chris Woods was out there, I believe, was he not?
Chris Woods was out there from East Chicago. That's my guy. He's here in Indianapolis now as well, settled down here with his family, doing really good things in the community as well. And yeah, there was a handful of Northwest Indiana guys found their way out to Weber State.
Johnny Stroya, baby.
Yes, sir. He's there. And matter of fact, I think there's a Indianapolis kid that just went to Weber State this year as well, Jaden Loudon, I believe.
Is that right? No kidding.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any interest in coaching?
I did. We started a grassroots AAU program when my son was in high school, so I did that for 3 years. I really enjoyed that. man, there's definitely a commitment made from a coaching perspective, whether it's high school, collegiately, professionally. There's things that you just know that you are not going, you won't be present for if you want to be great at coaching, and that's just what it is. So it's always been in the back of my mind because I do enjoy working with kids. I do enjoy teaching the game. I do enjoy just being around the game because it's afforded me a lot of opportunity. Just about each and every opportunity that I've had has been started. The root was that round ball.
Hey, last thing. Let's talk Pacers. What do you think? What do you think so far this summer? How's it going?
Yeah, I think it's been all it's been cracked up to be because obviously there was a shift in somewhat of the mindset of the team, the organization in terms of where we were going, in terms of how the guys that are out there on the floor, obviously indicative of what happened within the trade. But I think it's a bright future in terms of being able to have young talent. You start with a young crop. You obviously got earlier draft picks, higher draft picks than you had in several years in this past draft. But having said that, I think there's still work to be done. I think the organization still is working on different things. What those things are, I don't know what those things might be. But I definitely think there's a work in progress, and I think there's a new energy and a new excitement in the city based upon some of the things that they're doing.
All right, does this matter? I'm going to let you go here in a minute. I know you probably have 10 more meetings, but does this matter? I think I told you this yesterday. I'm watching the Pacers and I'm watching these young guys, and, man, what I see is energy, man. I see these dudes energetic. I see these dudes enthusiastic with each other. I don't know. I know it's the middle of the summer and the season's a grind, but from a fan's perspective, from a media perspective, I liked it. I think I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I think you got to love that. I mean, obviously there's certain things that you want to be able to go out there and execute, but man, the intangible piece is maybe the biggest piece of it all, and that's the energy you bring to the game, the competitive spirit you bring to the game, how you're supporting teammates, how you're holding teammates accountable. I think all those things are ranked right there at the top in terms of success for your overall organization, your overall team, and then you obviously couple that with talent and execution and strategy and all those types of things, and then you're on to something. But, yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think the energy is up, the spirit is up, and, positive things are in the pipeline for the Pacers.
Man, I appreciate you, Eddie. Thank you so much, man. I kept you long. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks, Eddie.
No, thank you. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, man. That's Eddie Gill on the hotline, brought to you by The Mower Shop. Go see my friends Paulie and the rest at The Mower Shop. Go to mowershop.com. Top of the hour, we got Chappy Bottom Biggins, baby. Be right back.
It's time for camp. No, not that camp. We're talking Colts training camp.
Kevin Bowen here at Grand Park. Colts back to work.
So now we can ask the big questions.
Consistently much better this year.
The wide receiver core is a concern.
They would have liked to have seen some sort of veteran move there.
The Colts have just disregarded.
The NFL season countdown starts next Tuesday. It's Colts camp.
42 ISO X Flash. I want
on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Hey, Dan Dakich here. Bet Rivers is serving up big wins on our new weekly profit boost on all tennis wagers. Visit BetRivers.com. Download the Bet Rivers Sportsbook app every Wednesday to receive a 20% profit boost on any tennis wager. That's right. Log in every Wednesday, receive automatically 20% profit boost. Now you can even live stream your favorite tennis players right from the Bet Rivers app. Heat up your summer with the Bet Rivers Sportsbook app. It's a whole new game. Terms and conditions do apply. See site for all the details. 21 or older, located in the great state of Indiana. Gambling problem, 800-9 with it.
Mom, Dad, I humbly suggest you save some money and shop Amazon for back to school. It's for my growth, meaning my body's growing at an alarming rate. And clothes you buy me this year will be very small very soon. Plus, the clothes I love today will be out of style tomorrow. But at least your wallet doesn't have to be my fashion victim if you shop low prices for school at Amazon. Hopefully this is helpful. Amazon. Spend less, smile more.
Rob Zombie, Mudvayne, Freaks on Parade Tour. Zombie, Mudvayne, together. This trip is for real. This Thursday night, Ruoff Music Center with Static X and Powerman 5000. Get tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Frumpy, Mudvayne, part of the Coors Light concert series.
Hi, it's Steve Mann. Have you heard the commercials for the Mark Patrick Stop Smoking seminars? And they said only $49.99 and it could work for you. So I thought, that's not even a week's worth of smoking. So I went. And guess what? It did work for me. You know, my friends and family are still amazed. I quit smoking. I didn't have cravings, anxiety, or weight gain. Listen, I don't know how it works, but I know it works because I'm living proof, and it's 100% guaranteed. So what do you got to lose? I'll tell you what you got to lose. A very bad habit.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and stop smoking now without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Only $49.99 guaranteed. Designed to work without anxiety, irritability, or weight gain for only $49.99. Become a non-smoker. That's right. Seminar times are 8 to 10 p.m. on Thursday, July 28th at the Hampton Inn and Suites in Fishers, and 2 to 4 p.m. on Saturday, July 30th at the La Quinta Inn and Suites South in Indianapolis. Registration 30 minutes before seminar.
Wednesday on Kevin and Query, we're going to talk about what Colts are indispensable, and the indispensable Doug Bowles from IMS talks to us about IMS Brickyard Weekend. Wednesday, 7 o'clock.
It's the Dan Dakich Show. 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Usually when we come in here, I ask Jimmy, I kind of run stuff by him. It's almost a practice. I didn't talk to you about this, Jimmy, so are you ready?
Always.
Here's the deal. Jimmy, do you believe that the great Kyle Schwarber threw off?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
Come on.
I also bet on him.
Really?
Dan, look, I don't watch the Phillies a ton this year, so I'm not familiar. And I know it's unique, right? I'm not watching batting practice for everybody across the league. I don't know if he lost track of time, but he's taking, before it went to the extra, the swing off, whatever you want to call it, he is taking during his bonus time 5-6 seconds in between swings.
Yeah.
Now, I'm willing to bet that maybe he did want to make it like
dramatic,
a little dramatic, because he really did come on at the end.
I know.
But if that was the play, don't take the legend to extra time. Don't take him to a swing off. You open the door for Pujols, all bets are off. No, not really. No, I don't think he actually threw it, but it was very suspect the amount of time he was taking in between swings. Maybe he didn't want to be the one to knock off the legend, which a lot of people admire Pujols, but
Pujols got a lot of love.
Yeah, ton of love. Deserved it. Deserved all the love.
And I do believe this. I do believe he would have gotten it either way.
Yes.
Like I said this earlier. Tell me what you think. I said earlier, look, Rory McIlroy and the way he handled the defeat the other day was fantastic. All right? Fantastic. Tremendous. Okay? Albert Pujols, the way he was shown love was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And lastly, I got to tell you, Tiger Woods went from a major heel to a guy that became like the older, I don't know the right word. I don't know the right word. When you and I talked about it, when you stop and take that picture on the bridge as an older guy and you're out of it, when you stop and take that picture and you're Tiger Woods and you go back out after you've won, that's totally different, right? I thought those three things were cool. Now, this is just, I'm not mad at anybody for this, but it was different. Lee and I Saturday night were chilling, and I'll tell you exactly, Lee and I Saturday night, we have at our house a lady named Sharon. Sharon has dementia. And she's the mother of one of Lee's best friends, Jamie. So, dementia's hard, man. So that night, Saturday night, we played cards, we played euchre, we did all this kind of stuff, okay? And got in bed and were like, tired. Because I'm telling you, man, Jamie, and if you're dealing with someone with dementia, I swear to God, I can't even tell you how much respect I have for you. But having said that, okay, so we go to bed and there's a track and field meet on it and there's a hurdles and this guy wins the hurdles and he pounds his chest, makes it all about him, you know what I mean? And he's doing that phone call and blah, blah, blah. But fast forward that to Tiger Woods and the humility and the emotion that he showed, Pujols and the love that he got, man, that was good. Like, that wasn't kind of sort of good. That was really good. I mean, great. So, I don't know. To me, God bless you, Albert Pujols. Tiger, yes, the elder statesman of golf. That's what he's become, right? Tiger Woods on the bridge. It was cool. Whether you like Tiger, you don't, you're one of those guys, he was a bad guy and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. End of the day, it was fun to watch. Let me just put it that way. And I love that Albert Pujols got his love. All right, Chappie next. Biggins, bottom of the hour. You got some size to you? Let's go, baby.
The Ride with JMV.
So Jalen Smith of the Pacers had the game winner at Assembly Hall in Bloomington, and you let everybody know at that moment who scored it. It felt like it was. Did you hear about that when you first joined the Pacers?
When I got traded to Indiana, I kind of figured, I was like, oh, they're going to bring that up all the time. And the crazy thing is, nobody ever brings it up. Kind of shocked that nobody brings it up. But I guess it's just the love they have for me that they don't want to bring it up.
The Ride with JMV.
Weekdays 3 to 6
on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Ryan Kelly is the home loan expert, 317-550-1515 or thehomeloanexpert.com. That's how you get a hold of him, and do it quickly. Everything's quick these days, Ryan, and you have to act quickly if you want to buy a house today. The market is still very strong, but your closing guarantee is just unbelievable.
Absolutely. And you're right. We all want things done fast. Like Amazon Prime isn't even fast enough. We need things right away. We don't have time to wait. And that should be the same with your mortgage. So when we sat around here at thehomeloanexpert.com, and we thought, how can we make this even easier? How can we improve the customer experience? And when the idea first came out, let's do a 10-day closing guarantee. That will really help out our clients. At first, 10 days, I don't know if we can really do it. But then we started looking at our current averages, and they weren't that far off. So with a few tweaks, here we are. And we're super excited to roll out the 10-day closing guarantee. That's for refinances or purchases. Call us today. Let's answer your questions and get you pre-approved. We'll have you closed by the end of the month. TheHomeLoanExpert.com.
At Eskenazi Health, our patients are treated with compassion and skill. That's why Eskenazi Health is looking for professionals who share our mission and are dedicated to serving the community. As an employee of Indiana's top hospital for social responsibility and community health investment, you'll enjoy excellent benefits, competitive pay, and unwavering leadership support. Learn more about Eskenazi Health Careers online at eskenazihealth.edu/careers.
Hey, summer is here. People want to get out of town. Who doesn't? Summer vacations, going to ball games. One thing I never leave home without is my AAA membership. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas, lock your keys in the car. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. Do you really want to change this flat tire on the side of the road with cars and trucks zooming by 75 miles an hour? I do not. So, if you're planning to hit the road this summer, do yourself a favor. Join AAA today. To get your AAA membership, visit AAA.com or call 844-GO-AAA-GO or stop by your local AAA office. And don't forget to ask about complimentary travel planning and great insurance rates, whether it's home, auto, life, and so much more. You know, AAA gives you peace of mind because you don't have to be stuck on the side of the road to get assistance from AAA.
Here's what's happening with the Fan.
The Ride with JMV is ready to come and hang out at your house for a backyard broadcast. Brought to you by Evan Williams Bourbon, Connecticut Home Water Systems, and New Belgium Brewery. Enter online for a chance to have JMV do his show live from your backyard. And head to the Fan Contest page online for a chance for you to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Indiana State Fair, Friday, July 29th to Sunday, August 21st.
For more info, click on 1075thefan.com.
Basements get a bad rap. Probably because so many of them are wet, leaky, and musty.
Thanks to screenwriters, crawl spaces aren't very popular either. Michaelis is putting an end to the horror show. Their time-tested waterproofing systems eliminate and prevent water issues. Damp and moldy becomes clean and healthy. And their French drains, vapor barriers, and encapsulation techniques turn crawl spaces into a Disney set. Yeah, okay, that probably went a bit far. But with over 35 years experience, they have a lot of homeowners enjoying their basements again. Think Michaelis. And think how nice it would be to get rid of foundation cracks, basement leaks, damp smells, and all the nightmares that come with them. Water, storms, fire, and foundations. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
93.5 and 107.5, The Fan.
WIBC HD2 W298BB, WIBC HD3 W228CX, Indianapolis. The NASCAR Cup Series races at the Verizon 200 at the Brickyard. Coverage next Sunday at noon on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
He's been covering the Colts since before some of you were born. Dean Mike Chappell of Fox 59 and CBS 4 on the Dan Dakich Show. 93.5 and 107.5, The Fan.
Breaking news. I read in an article that nobody would nominate me for the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame, which simply wasn't true. I had met with Jerry Pearsall 2 years ago, and I came out of the meeting thinking that I had to pay money. I think I talked about on the show. Jerry Pearson, and I misunderstood. So I asked Dave Pishker yesterday, my high school baseball coach, because it did get alerted. I did get alerted to hey, nobody, according to Greg, nobody will nominate me. And I knew Dave was always wanting to. I said, hey, DP, what's going on? What are you doing? He put it on video that, of course, he would. And now he just texted me, said, September 13th, he will be nominating me. So I guess, thank you, Greg, for alerting me to that. So, Indiana's winningest high school baseball coach and a man that I have total respect in. Hey, look, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But who cares? Chappie!
How you doing?
What is it? Do people get up in front of your committee and nominate? Is that what they do?
For the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
No, we get email, confidential email lists of who, let's say the modern era, because we've already gotten some stuff on seniors and coaches.
Mm-hmm.
But with we expanded our committee to 50 or 52 people now, and we will get a list shortly of 10 nominees that are eligible for modern era. You've been out of the game at least 5 years, no longer than 20 years, and then we'll vote on. I can't forget if we cut it to 50, and then 25 if we cut it to 25. So we all vote on it, and that's how they advance. And then finally, in probably December, we will vote down to 15, and those are the 15 modern era candidates. That then whenever we meet for the Hall of Fame meeting, it had been the day before the Super Bowl on site, but COVID sort of messed that up, and we've been doing Zoom the last few years. We take the 15 and you pare down to 5, and the 5 guys who go through all that are that year's modern era candidates. So it's a process, and all the selectors have a say in who advances from tier to tier.
Maybe this is how stupid I am, but I read the other day that no one will appoint or nominate me. I'm such a bad guy that no one will nominate me. I hadn't asked for the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Have you ever nominated anybody for the Indiana? Have you ever gone in front of that committee and done that?
Me for the
Indiana basketball.
Oh, basketball. No, I'm not on that.
Here's the deal, okay? I did not know this. I went to lunch. Jerry Pearson, who runs it, asked me to lunch. I went to lunch, and I came out. He's like, you really got to get you in the Basketball Hall of Fame. We need to have someone nominate, that kind of stuff. And I, being stupid, came out of that meeting thinking that I had to pay money, and I got kind of like, well, I'm not paying money,
Yeah, that's
and it wasn't that. I misunderstood, Jerry. So when I read the article yesterday, yesterday, saying that nobody will nominate me, my high school baseball coach was at my golf outing, and he's wanted to nominate me for years, and I've told him, don't worry about it. So I asked him, I go, hey, whatever happened to that? He goes, all I need you to do is give me the okay, and I'll contact Jerry Pearson, and we got it done. So we got it done. I did not, I'm dumb enough that I didn't know how. Like, I walked out of there thinking, screw that. I'm not giving $500 to get nominated.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I was totally wrong. Let's put it there. Yeah, I was totally wrong.
That diminishes the award if you got to pay to get it. I mean, really.
Right.
So, yeah. And I know, like, in the one that I'm involved with locally, Indiana Sports Writers, Sportscasters, we have that every year. And you're nominated. And, I mean, they nominate whomever. And then I guess their board determines – I've been selected, and Phil Richards and Tom Reitman and other guys locally. So we get in that way. Robin Miller got in. And so I don't know how it goes, but like with the Pro Football Hall of Fame, you just nominate. When we get the preliminary list of like 100 and some guys, I can nominate anybody I want. I mean, I can nominate Brandon Stokely. Just pulling a name out of the air. I can put anybody on there I want. That's how ours work. I can put anybody on the third tackle, backup tackle.
Yeah,
but they very quickly get
Chappie. They told me this is like, man, this is a while ago. This is my world. Like before, my group in Andrean was not Anderson High School or Anderson Madison Heights. We had nobody that played Division I basketball. So they're like, hey. Dan, we're going to send you this basically a resume, fill out all, points per game. I had no idea, Chap. I mean, I didn't know. Like, I had no idea. So I called the high school. I go, hey, do we know any of this? And they're like, yeah, we really don't have any records. I'm like, what?
Really?
Yeah. So now it's since changed, but this is probably.
Chap, when did you graduate?
81.
Okay, because I was in Anderson. Sports editor from 74 to 84, and I'm telling you, they churned out basketball players.
Oh yeah,
Bobby Wilkerson. Ray Colbert.
I played with them. I played with Stu, and I played with Winston. Yes,
some were great players. And so, I'd like to see a list of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Now, is this Basketball Hall of Fame or is this Coaches Hall of Fame?
No, this is basketball, and you have to have somebody. Greg Doyle was going to do it for me way back when, but I think he got mad at me. So
really?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't even think about it. Like it isn't something that I even think about. And then they asked me to lunch, and so you got to have somebody nominate you, Chap.
Right.
And
right, you got to get your name on the room.
Yeah, and my high school basketball coach has passed away, and I got to tell you, we really didn't have. I mean, I know this sounds stupid, but we really didn't have an assistant basketball coach. We just didn't. I mean, my high school basketball coach, and God rest his soul, we got to the state finals. He was awesome, but we literally bought him a lawn chair, like one of those Chase, like you lay out in the sun. We like, Coach, if you're going to be, I don't know, hanging out, be comfortable. So, so we didn't have an assistant. We didn't have a freshman. My freshman coach, Father Sawicki, was, I think he just passed away. But so anyway, my high school baseball coach, was going to do it. Anyway, I'm just curious because, I'm glad Greg wrote it, and I'm glad maybe we'll get it done. Maybe not. I don't know.
It sounds ego, and it is, but it's kind of cool.
Of course.
It's sort of like a, I don't know, lifetime. Hey, you did something that somebody noticed, and so I have never diminished whenever I've been fortunate to get something, whatever, because that's not why we do it, but at least it shows that you did something semi-noteworthy. It's kind of hard to explain.
A lot of guys grow up. I'm sure in Newcastle or wherever, they grow up in, Hall of Fame. The only thing I wanted to do, Chap, as a high school basketball player was win the sectional. That's it. Yeah. We had never – Andrean had won one. You know what I mean?
I tell you,
one class.
I am forever a one-class guy. I grew up that way and then I covered it that way in the 70s and early 80s, and boy, to win a section, when the rare times that county school beat an Anderson, which, well, that hardly ever happened, or Newcastle or Richmond, which again never happened hardly, but the winning the sectional, that was it. That's what you wanted, and that's gone away.
Yeah, I gotta believe, I'll never forget this, Chap. So we win the regional my junior year, which was Winston's junior year, right? Brad Duncan was there. You know what I mean? And
we're Fort Wayne.
No, we were going to go to Lafayette, and Anderson Highland was maybe number one. And when we heard, because you didn't know, like I didn't even pay attention. I knew that as a junior in high school, we were playing at West Side, and I just wanted to win that game because we'd never won a regional. The school had never won a regional. Okay. And next thing you know, Chap, we find out that we're playing Carmel, and it's so odd now because back then we cared about Carmel. We knew who Anderson Highland was, right? We knew who, you know what I mean? Nobody cared about Carmel.
Right.
It's fascinating the way
Who was on the Carmel team? Who was on the Carmel team?
Remember Tim McRoberts?
Yeah.
He was good, man. He was a great player at Butler. Yeah, Tim.
Carmel had some good runs. What didn't they win it with?
They won it with Mark Herman in 78 or 9. They beat my guy, Drake Morris. Drake Morris was always my guy from East Chicago, Washington, man. He was my guy. I love Drake Morris.
Drake and Ray Tolbert beat out Drake Morris.
Yeah.
For Mr. Basketball.
Yes, he did.
Which didn't go because Ray didn't even win the sectional. Ray remains the most dominant high school player I ever covered. I didn't really follow who was it, Greg Robinson and all those guys, or whatever.
Glenn Robinson.
Glenn Robinson,
Yeah.
and Ray never didn't win a sectional. And here he is, Mr. Basketball. I'm telling you, Ray was a stud. He was a good kid too.
Well, Chap, you and I both know there's a Lake County bias. You hate Lake County. You guys hate. You hate Lake County.
Yeah. You know, because it's funny that you guys were up in the quarter. 81. I'm trying to think who was in the Final Four. That wasn't Broad Ripple, was it?
Yeah, it was us, New Albany, Broad Ripple, and Marion. Chap, it's the greatest high school afternoon ever in terms of the game. We lost. Mike Paulson missed 2 free throws, no time on the clock, down 1 to New Albany. That was the morning game. And then the second game in the morning, Stacy Turan made a 56-footer.
Yep.
And we're sitting there going, oh, man, this is insane, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Was that the Steve Alford year, too? Then Broad Ripple. Did Broad Ripple win today?
No. Steve the next year had 56.
Yeah. But it's funny. A couple years ago when Blackman was at IU, and like the year before his last year at Marion, he set the school record with 56 points. Well, to age me, I was there when his dad set the record against Anderson in like the semi-state of the state finals, scored like 52. He and Troy Lewis had a great game.
Oh, yeah, that's legendary, man.
So whenever I see the Teagues from Pike and all, I covered their dad.
Yeah, Sean Teague.
Yeah, and just great. I was so fortunate to cover some great. Kyle Macy came up to Carmel once, and you just saw greatness. And occasionally somebody from the region came over, but Central Indiana was really good.
Hey, Eddie, they're hating on Eddie Garrison walking through here. They're hating right now in Northwest Indiana. Guys on this channel call it the armpit of Indiana. I disagree. I think it's God's country.
There's always something to these reputations, so whatever.
Yeah, well, and they're ill-informed, like most things in this day and age, Chappie. Like most things.
It good or bad, if you say something long enough, it starts to have a kernel of truth. And I tell you, once the region gets that reputation, it's so hard to come out of it. Just because, region, and the older people you are, all you know is the bad reputations, and Not that Andrian's won, like, what is it, 10 state baseball championships or whatever on state.
Yeah, I got like 10, though. Yeah.
Yeah, so
there's no bad reputation about Andrian other than me locally here. That's it. And there's no bad reputation.
Has your name been, like, stricken from all the books up there and off the walls? And
no, you know what? It is myself, Luke Herringody, one of the guys, Shane Power, and maybe Bullock. Our jerseys are retired up there.
There you go.
Yeah. How about
what number was it? What number were you?
Number 10, because I wanted to be Bob Love, Chicago Bulls. Love Bob Love. You remember Butterbean?
Scorer.
Yeah. That was every morning I'd get the paper, read John. Did you ever know John Mutka and Al Hamnick and those guys?
Elkhart, yeah.
No. Gary Post-Tribune. Stop it.
Okay. Who was Elkhart?
That's too far east, Chappie. That might as well. Might as well have been in. That was in
Ohio.
Yeah, that was in Ohio, Chap. That was way far away. All right, let me go through a couple things Colts wise. We asked a couple questions today. I'm sure we lost every listener, as they start playing Glory Days here on the radio, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, but how difficult do you think, based on your experience, is it going to be for the Colts to get comfortable with Gus Bradley?
I don't think too much. It's going to be different. But again, he's got some guys that have played for him in Ngakoue. That's huge. I've always thought that I go back to Tom Moore, and he said, it's players. You don't try to make your system work, you make the players work. So it'll be his system, but he's gonna use his players. He's gonna get Ngakoue to rush. He's gonna get Darius and Okereke to cover and create turnovers at linebacker. And I think it won't be that. Now the only thing that's different though is that even though they had off-season workouts, Darius didn't practice. Kenny Moore didn't really practice. And as Frank Reich told us, it was more of a passing camp to where it was 7-on-7. They didn't do very much half-speed or full-speed 11-on-11 work where it's offense versus defense. So maybe the offense will be ahead, which when you've got a new quarterback, that makes sense. I think they'll be fine. Once you play. And again, I think there's going to be transition. Kwity Paye is going to be going from the right side to the left side. That'll be different. The other guys, for the most part, are playing where they've played. So I don't think it'll be that much. I think this defense will be better. I just do. Doggone, get off the field. Get off the field.
Oh, Chap, get off the field, man.
One of the craziest stats is they were second in the league in takeaways with 33. And, man, they had such a hard time rushing the quarterback. Those don't normally go together. Normally when you rush a quarterback, you get takeaways because the quarterback does stupid things. So I think the defense will be fine. Will it be as strong against the run? I don't know. As much as people were displeased with Flus for whatever reasons, they were fourth in his 4 years against the run. So, if you buy into, you got to stop the run, well, they did. But, boys, they gave up during Flus's time almost 68% completion percentage. That's crazy.
That's insane.
That's crazy. You just can't do that. And I understand bend but don't break, but as much hate as everyone's given is wins and all this, I go back to Baltimore and holy crap.
Get a stop.
Yeah. But, stop one of the two-point conversions. All that would have taken is not like a 5 stops somewhere. No, 1 stop. 1 stop in the fourth quarter or overtime, and you win. So I think they did good things. And I think what was kind of forgotten by a lot of people is had Flus not gotten the Chicago job, he's still here.
Is he?
So, I'm pretty sure. Now, he would have had to change. He would have had to make some changes in his staff.
Why did the line coach go?
I don't know.
Defensive line.
I assume they thought he didn't get enough out of the guys, and the pass rush was. You take DeForest Buckner has led this team in tackles the last 2 years. That's great for him. A tackle should not lead your team in sacks.
Right.
He just shouldn't. So, and this is the first time it's ever happened with the franchise. And again, that's great for Buckner, but that's why you've got to get something out of it in Ngakoue, and he's done it for the last 6 years. It's crazy. He's got at least 8 sacks in 6 straight years. He's one of 3 guys in the league who have done that, and the other 2 are Aaron Donald and Von Miller. So that's a pretty good group to be in. So, but he needs to work. He needs to work for the defense to work, and Matt Ryan needs to work for the offense to work.
I agree.
That's how simple it is.
That is.
We break this game down. It's simple.
Yeah. I mean, if you and I were coaching, it'd be unbelievable.
You could take the defense. I'll take the offense because I just hand the ball to Jonathan Taylor and say,
that's wise. I do. I think, Chap, I think that's wise. I do. Yeah. I really do.
Don't overthink it.
No.
Give it to Taylor and get Hines more involved and see what we got.
Yeah. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Chappie.
See you next week.
Yep, you got it. That's Mike Chappell on the hotline, brought to you by the Mower Shop. Go to themowershop.com, ladies and gentlemen. Go to themowershop.com and, see what's going on here. Interesting day today. Very interesting. We had Todd Frazier, the 2015 Home Run Derby champ, Greg Cosell, answering questions. Jimmy and I were slinging them at him. Jimmy came up with 12 questions, and I think, Jimmy, did we get all 12 in?
I think we did. Maybe a couple follow-ups in there, too.
I do, too. I think that's like how a professional broadcaster does things. Today is Gratitude Day. It is. It's Gratitude Day. I have so much gratitude from people yesterday, including my friend Reggie Jones. Reggie Jones came right up to our hole with his buddy Blurbian, Black Serbian. His other buddy, JD3, a big African-American man that he called John Daly III. And, of course, the white guy that he called the Token. How about that? He walked right by me, said something foul and ridiculous, yelled something at Knezevich at the 17th hole, went right by us, and you know what? Gave my mother a big hug. How about my 86-year-old mother hanging out at the golf hole all day, and her 89-year-old friend, Ted Charlebois. A lot of you will know the Charlebois name. His grandson plays football over at Ball State. How about my guy, Bob Stansberry? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this show, in this envelope, I have $6,000. $6,000 yesterday was raised, and Bob Stansberry walks up to me and hands me a check for $3,200. Then he looks at me and he says, yeah, I got to make this an even $4,000. He pulls out a bunch of 50s. A couple other guys. I didn't ask for any money for our bikes program. We were raising money for My Franciscan, right? A couple other guys came up with checks. A couple other guys came. We ended up getting, I think it's close to $6,000. You know what I mean? Close to $6,000. So, look, we're going to, don't accost me on the way across the street, by the way, because I am going across the street to see Molly Wright and the good folks over at the Indiana Sports Corp. And I am absolutely going to turn that money in, because the quicker we get to 100, 150 bikes, we're going to get them out, and we're going to do it as soon as we can, hopefully by the 1st of next month. But, man, how about my guy, Kevin Paschke? Kevin Paschke and Larry Painter. You guys know the coachman, right? You guys know the coachman in Plainfield. How about my guy, Larry Painter, man? He's beaten cancer. My guy, listen to this. Kevin Paschke's wife has serious, serious health problems. Needs 24-hour care. Kevin Paschke and Larry Painter got out there at 9 o'clock, got the grill set, and started cooking sliders, man, for the entire group. And Larry last year ran out of sliders. Well, you know what he did? He's like, Dan, I ain't running out this year, man. How about that? How about Bruce Clark coming in from New York City? Bruce Clark coming in, and he's got his boys with him. Not his boys. He's got his guys, right? His fraternity boys. And they're having a great time over the weekend. My mother and her friend Ted were so awesome. They, at 86 and 89, hung out the entire day. Now, I want you to think about that. the entire day. They greeted people. They said hello to people. They did all kinds of different things with people. It's amazing. And then my wife, my beautiful wife, you know what she does? She's sitting there minding her own business. She's entertaining like hell because everybody comes up to our hole, right? Everybody got to come up to the 17th hole. I'm hitting 1,000,000 shots. We got my friends from, Moondrops are out there. My guys from Michaelis are out there. My guy, 1070's out there. I mean, it's a damn party, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell my wife, hey, look, these guys want you to hit with them. You know what she does? She gets up, takes a couple practice swings, knocks it closest to the pin. 5 feet. Now, I hit literally 10 balls per group. And she got up there, and it was so awesome. And she just put her hands up, and away we went. It was unfreaking believable. My guy, Sean Black, what did he do? I don't know. All Sean Black did was hit the ball 3 million miles constantly. How did he do? He did great. He came in here on his own. Now, I want you to think about this. On his own, he came in. And you know what? Came in on his own, played with some guys he didn't know, and every year just has an absolute blast. We raised a ton of money. Yeah, Lee was from the men's tee. Yeah, Daniel's Winery. Daniel's Winery, ladies and gentlemen. We just showed up one day, Lee and I. It's by our house. We showed up. We had never been there. We'd been living in this house 4 or 5 years. Met the guys. They talked. Hey, look, let's take a look. Next thing you know, they brought they put an unbelievable package together of wine for a silent auction. How about my buddy Greg Bozak, man? The silent auction's not going great. He drops about $700. Dropped about $700 just because he was supporting me. My boy, Dave Pishker, who I've talked about, right? Dave Pishker, my high school baseball coach, drives in 3 hours, brings his son Mark, who I remember being born. Mark plays. Dave is one of the best golfers, well, I guarantee you, his age in the entire state, but the Pishker name in golf up in Northwest Indiana has always been fantastic, right? So DP then starts, and he goes, hey, I can't play, but I'm here. Can't play, but I'm here. And you know what? There you go. Can't play, but I'm here. He's just coming to support. Billy Mueller, Pilar. It made me cry, actually, this morning because I spend way too much time with people that dislike me. I spend too much energy on that. Got to spend time on people that love. You know, same stuff today. Another guy. I mean, this has happened ever since I offered $5,000. A lot of guys saying, hey, look, I'm the kid, blah, 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 blah. You know, and that's fine. But 2.5 years ago, you know, 2.5 years ago, I apologize, but I never said any kid's name. And this is, you know, not the first time this has happened, but it's the first time people believe it. So, hey, it is what it is, but I'm not getting down in the mud. I've said what I've needed to say. I've done what I've needed to do. And people want to continue to come at me. Come at me. I also want to talk about my friend Funky. I love Funky. Funky showed up, right? He shows up to hang. And he is a great hang. Honest to God, a great hang. And all of a sudden, though, Funky, he ends up with all the gear. Ended up with a Biggin shirt, and he ended up with a hat. Lastly, my friend, the Big Fat Bob, he knows me well. Funky knows me well. And he's running BSN Sports, and he does this every year, and every year I put it in my bar downstairs. All right? Every year. Every single year. I put it in my bar. He gets everybody at the outing to sign it, and then he talks nice about me. And lastly, my brother, who's my best friend, love it. Love the man. My brother came out. He played. He got a damn foursome, And what a great time. Yesterday was completely and totally about love. People actually, my guy Stansbury brought the Star, and I think a couple guys took it out back, and I guess, I don't know. But, hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But anyway, again, I'll pay whatever I owe if somebody can prove, and it's just another one of these deals where somebody says and everybody says, and I do appreciate Brett Jameson, the coach from Scottsville, chiming in today. That was interesting. But anyway, I appreciate everybody. All right, let's go. Are we going? I don't want to go Biggins today, Jimmy.
Okay.
Can we go Biggins tomorrow?
We can.
Oh, we got Biggins people in there? Who's in there?
Our biggest crew is in there. Sienna and Elijah are in there, but we can go tomorrow.
Let's go tomorrow.
We're already so late in the,
Yeah, I'm already past it.
Best call.
Yeah. Let's go tomorrow. I went overtime. We'll be back.
Hey, it's JMV. Sometimes you're just cruising through life and, well, something happens that's just not your fault. You're in an accident and it causes injuries to both you and your family. And those medical bills can sure add up quickly. That's where Paul Cruz at Paul Ritchie Law Firm can help. Paul is recognized by the Super Lawyers Organization and his peers as one of the top personal injury attorneys in Indiana. Make that free call to see if Paul can help you at 317-269-2509. Visit PARRinjury.com.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and stop smoking now without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Only $49.99 guaranteed. Also, let Mark Patrick Hypnosis destroy unwanted food cravings and lose the weight. Seminars Thursday, July 28th at the Hampton Inn and Suites in Fishers. Weight loss seminar 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 8 to 10 p.m. And Saturday, July 30th at the La Quinta Inn and Suites South in Indianapolis. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 to 4 p.m. Registration begins 30 minutes before seminar.
Hey, it's Dan Dakich here for my friends and my car dealer, Hubler Chevrolet. Car shopping needs service, maintenance, or just parts, you got to go to Hubler. You'll find fair pricing, great service, family values when you do visit Hubler Chevrolet. 5 Chevy locations, Franklin, Shelbyville, Rushville, Bedford, US 31 South, and Indy. Hubler has a store near you. Click drivehublerchevy.com. Learn more and see why Hoosiers have trusted Hubler for 60 years. New inventory arrives daily, sells fast, plus due their size, Hubler has more inventory than any other dealer. That's why it's the place to go. Remember, the only dealer to include a 10-year, 200,000-mile limited warranty for peace of mind driving is Hubler Chevrolet. The Hubler family is looking out for your family. Maybe you need a quality used vehicle. Hubler has hundreds. All Q-certified vehicles include a 2-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Just click drivehublerchevy.com. Tell them Dan Dakich sent you.
This is Matt Crowder live at the gas station on 41st Street reporting on those skyrocketing gas prices. Excuse me, miss, are you buying less gas now because of the high prices?
Oh, I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute, are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Well, does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, well, there you have it. Stop paying full price for gas. Download the free Upside app and get real cash back every time you buy gas. This is Matt Crowder Radio News Network. Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUS for a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUS for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code BUS.
Here's what's happening with the Fan.
Listen to Kevin and Query weekdays from 7 to 10 and call into the pop quiz for your chance to win a signature service Jiffy Lube oil change and a pair of tickets to see the Zac Brown Band Thursday, July 28th at Ruoff Music Center. And listen to The Ride with JMV all this week from 3 to 6 p.m. for a chance to win 2 tickets to see One Republic plus Need to Breathe at Ruoff Music Center on Saturday, July 30th.
For more info, click on 1075thefan.com.
If you know a volunteer who impacts your community, nominate them today to receive a year's worth of free vehicle maintenance. Just click the Do More tab at JiffyLubeIndiana.com.
Listen to Kevin and Query this week for your chance to win tickets from Kevin and Jake to see the Zac Brown Band at Ruoff Music Center on Thursday, July 28th.
The Ride with JMV.
Line 2's
Yes, Kuiper the rapper.
Oh, Kuiper. Tic-tac-toe?
Yes, sir.
That's you.
Let me bless you guys with a little quick verse before I go.
Do it.
My dad got up because he heard some knocking, thought it was a quick me, and he was rocket. Into my room, opened up the door. He said, "Tell me what you doing playing tic-tac-toe." That's it. And that's no. Is that sick? Well, maybe so.
That's awesome.
Tic-tac-toe. Jay, I'm out.
Dude, that's awesome.
The Ride with JMV.
Weekdays 3 to 6.
On 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. It's the Dan Dakich Show. 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Welcome back. Yeah. Man, now I wrecked the family at St. Charles. I'm a bad guy. I mean, I'm reading this stuff going, what are you talking about? People can just say whatever. Oh, boy. Anyway, Jimmy, let's go through. We were going to do Biggins. We're going to do it tomorrow because I went way overboard here. Couple of things interesting. Jimmy, if I were going to ask you a simple question, will the Colts win the AFC South and host the playoff game here in Indianapolis?
Yes, they will.
All right. There you go. Well, if I had to ask you this question, will the Colts advance as far as we sit here now, injury, you can do whatever you like. Will the Colts, ladies and gentlemen, win enough in the playoffs to get to the AFC Championship game?
No.
I agree.
Too many good teams. Like, if you're making me pick right now, not knowing how the season unfolds, I'm going to take the other teams I think are better than them.
Yeah.
Which is Buffalo, Cincinnati, Kansas City.
Yeah.
The Chargers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just 4 off the top.
All right. Okay.
I think they can win a playoff matchup. So they're probably one of those wild card weekend games hosting as a division winner. And I think they win that, but I think they get bounced in the divisional.
Do you think like here in Indy, we're dying to have it, right? We're dying. Do you think that we are hopefully optimistic, realistically optimistic, or not optimistic enough?
I think that most of the fan base now, I'm going to add one, is cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, okay. That's the one I should have used. Cautiously optimistic. By the way, Jimmy, did you see this? 2 Dodger fans got in a wild fight in their seats.
After the home run derby?
Yeah.
Yeah. Comes with the territory. All sporting events, not just the big ones, but yeah.
Yeah.
Fighting against themselves, Dan. What are we doing?
Yep.
What was that last week? Giants and Dodgers fans want to fight. Still stupid, but okay. But team on team fighting?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Jimmy, here's the deal. Man, I don't want fighting in stands. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't, because they're going to stop serving beer. And I've said this before. I have an unnatural affinity in my house for A&W root beer. Okay? I have a unnatural... Hey, Jimmy, now I'm on the Epstein flight logs. Oh, man. Breaking it up. Crushing soul. I don't know. Look, say whatever you want about me. What am I going to do? But, Jimmy, I have an unnatural affinity for nighttime A&W zero sugar root beer. An unnatural affinity. Like, unnatural.
9 o'clock? 11 o'clock, what are you talking about? Nighttime, if I can ask. Zero sugar, so you're good. I mean, it's interesting drink to have in the evening.
If I do anything physical, like people always say, I want a beer. That's never me. I am one of the few human beings, and I've talked about this for years, that I love the fact that you put ice in a glass, Diet Pepsi, Diet something, that's the most refreshing thing to me.
Do you go mug in the freezer for the
I got 2 of them going.
So.
My wife thinks there's a science project because I refuse to let her wash them. Yeah. 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 Oh, nice text just now from Kevin Pritchard. Yeah. All right. Anyway, one of the things that you and I... Well, so anyway, let me back up. So going back to the fight, you and I have been talking about this fight, right? So going back to the fight, the thing that I would say is I have an incredibly strong affinity for beer and peanuts. We've talked about this. Beer and peanuts. Honest to God. Beer and peanuts. At games. I love beer and I love peanuts at games. So I can't have A&W Root Beer Zero at games. And I can't sit around and drink all night beers in my house, and I'll tell you exactly why. I hear people say, well, you drink too much. You're this, you're that. I go, no, I can't at night. You know why, Jimmy? Tell me if you would know why I can at night.
Drink beers at night?
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom.
100 times. Some reason A&W Root Beer is not horrible for me. So I don't want beer to go away at the ballpark, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want it to go away. I don't. No beer going away. And if you keep fighting, they're going to take away alcohol from us. So stop fighting in the stands. I don't think they would do that, do you?
I don't think so. You'd have to have we're going down a dark.
I'm saying a murder.
Yes.
I'm saying in-seat murder.
Yeah.
Because they've already shortened the alcohol stuff. We see it every day, man.
By the way, it's still not okay. This is just kind of a shtick I've been carrying, but it's a fight between a guy in a Kershaw jersey and a guy in a T-shirt. So it's not team-on-team fighting in this particular.
It's just ridiculous.
It's still terrible. No?
It's terrible. You don't like team-on-team fighting. Not that you're okay. Not that you're okay with other fighting.
I don't get fighting in the stands in general. But
I don't either.
It's a home run derby, so it's not like but it happens at regular Dodgers games or regular.
It happens everywhere.
Yankees games or Cubs games or whatever you want to name. You're supposed to be the same team. What are we doing? Unless it's deep personal stuff.
No, you know how that goes. Yeah,
I mean that's what it is, right?
Guys get drunk. Somebody says something. It don't matter what shirt you're wearing. You say something about somebody else. Next thing you know, we're throwing hands, man. You know what I mean?
That's the issue. Don't say the bleep. You know what I mean?
I mean. But
easier said than done for some.
So many things. I swear to God, Jimmy, every day guys are fighting in the stands. Every day. That's all I see. Guys are fighting in the stands. Every day.
Do you think that this was prevalent every day 30 years ago, but we just see it more because of, is that one of those things of technology where everybody has a camera now? And so it goes viral quicker.
Well, they always used to say you always had a fight at Comiskey, not at Wrigley. But I saw fights at Wrigley. I always, Daniel Johnson, it should be coming. The quesadilla should be coming. I gave all the information to a gentleman who is going to take care of the quesadilla. The quesadilla, let me see if I can find his name here. I gave all the information, and let's see. Brendan says, hey, Dan, I just wanted to reach out, tell you how awesome yesterday was for all involved. Great people, enjoyed the experience. It was refreshing to be around such a group with all the negativity in today's world. I know my dad really enjoyed spending my 25th birthday at the event. Well, now I got to get mad at you, Brendan, because we would have sung happy birthday. We would. Yeah. All right. Let's go. Jeb Sloan says he is taking care of it there, Daniel Johnson, and Jeb Sloan would not let me down. All right, we'll be back. We got Race of the Day, and, of course, we've got Jimmy's Bets next.
As a contractor installing windows, you deserve a simple choice. Anderson 400 Series windows. They're the cladwood windows contractors trust the most. So much so, they're the windows contractors trust for their own homes. And they even have fewer callbacks for extra peace of mind. When it comes to windows, the choice is simple. It's Anderson 400 Series windows. The windows contractors trust the most. Request a quote at AndersonWindows.com today.
Claims based on 2022 Anderson brand survey of U.S. contractors.
The world's greatest Pink Floyd show, Brit Floyd, is back with brand new production for their World Tour 2022. Featuring The Wall, Dark Side of the Moon, and more. Complete with a stunning multi-million-dollar light show, iconic circle screen, lasers, inflatables, and theatrics. Coming to Indianapolis this Sunday, July 24th at the Murat Theater at Old National Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com or oldnationalcenter.com.
Monday through Thursday on the Dan Dakich Show, Race of the Day, brought to you by Horseshoe Indianapolis Racing and Casino. Dan, or go to mine or the 1075 The Fan Twitter account at Dan Dakich at 1075 The Fan. Retweet the tweet that goes out. 2 o'clock for your chance to win a VIP prize pack for $50 in betting and $50 for dining. To Horseshoe.
Up red cap, then toward the rail. Bloody Mary Morning, native line on the front outside. It's Chuck to bingo.
And keep listening for your chance to win with Horseshoe Indianapolis' Thoroughbred Race of the Day on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Auto Sales and Service doesn't believe in good or bad credit. Present an Indiana ID, pay stub, proof of residence, and a down payment, and you're approved. Visit them at their 2 locations. Auto Sales and Service.
Baseball's best face-off in L.A. at the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Tonight at 7 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
It's the Dan Dakich Show, 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Race of the Day, Jimmy! Jimmy, we got the race of the day, and I got to tell you something before we go to the results. People are really smart. Like, people wait for it, and because they know it's a great time. Jerry Foster has won before. Winner of today's race of the day, brought to you by Horseshoe Indianapolis Racing and Casino. Tune in Monday through Thursday for your chance at a VIP prize pack, 50 in betting and 50 in dining at Horseshoe Indianapolis Racing and Casino. Chockow Bingo, 320, 240. And 240, he was a favorite. 360 is what the place horse, the one horse fireside kitten paid. $280 to show, getting tipsy. $440 to show, $2 exact at $10.40. 50-cent try, $15.65. What do you got, Jimmy?
The JCook Plays of the Day.
This is me, all right? I'm not a athlete. This is my way. This is how I win.
Today's plays of the day focus entirely around the MLB All-Star Game. The American League looks to make it 9 in a row, and they will do that tonight as I take the American League on the money line over the National League. In L.A.
Oh,
in L.A., the American League All-Star Game every year. I'll be just blunt about it. I'll watch the highlights. I'll check in late. So I don't know how many innings they're actually giving, like off the top of my head, to a Kershaw or to an Ohtani or to
a lot
Nestor
of guys
Cortez.
aren't playing. Did you see that?
Yep.
I mean, we got Trout out, Verlander out, your guy out, Cole.
Yep.
I
think Cole and Verlander both had their last starts on Sunday.
They did.
So they're being precautionary with it, which I'm fine with.
So they'll be there, I assume, right?
Yes, they are there. They'll be there, but they're not available to pitch.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's also, it's bias, right? I'm an American League guy. I root for an American League team, so that's what I'm rooting for. That's what I'm betting on.
Oh, my God. Here we go, Jimmy. Now, again, here it is. LLP on the YouTube chat. You know what he's saying?
What's that?
He's saying the All-Star Game is fixed. He also says the Derby was fixed. I agree. Nothing more pathetic than grown adults fighting. I'm out. I'm done. Say whatever you'd like about me. Write whatever you'd write about me. I am not. I've made my offers. I've done my thing, and I'm done. But today's about love, baby. Today on the All-Star Game MVP, unless they decide that, like, Ohtani's got to stay in the whole game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something like that.
He is DHing. So
right. That's what I mean. You give a guy 4 at-bats.
Right. And there's a lot of...
And, I mean, we hit it hard with Greg Doyle. All right. Tomorrow, I think we'll go with What the Hell Wednesday. I think we'll go with Biggins. We'll have it So we also we have a guest with us tomorrow, right, Jimmy? We've got an in-studio guest, first one in a long time. I owe some guys at Golf Out
Business, Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
The Mower Shop in Fishers proudly offers Spartan mowers built in the United States for the strongest lineup in America. Spartan mowers at themowershop.com. 317-849-9500.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
WIBC HD2 W298BB. WIBC HD3 W228.